just for you. Right now, we're
Bet.
we're starting. We're starting right now.
Yo, all right.
All right, I'll give
Lucky.
you. All right, let me give you guys the base outline for what the podcast is gonna be. Stop giving.
Bingo.
No,
Sorry.
no, it's not gonna be about bingo.
Oh no, I just got bingo and never mind.
ZZZ, are you brain rotting over there too? He's scrolling on the phone.
Oh, do you want me to doom scroll again?
Again? You're probably
Doom
doing it right
scroll on
now.
the
You're probably
bed.
doing it right now. You're probably doing it right fucking now.
No.
All right, all
I'm
right,
looking at the newspaper actually.
all right.
He's just doom scrolling, but he's just an old person. It's literally just the old person version
All
of
right,
doom
all
scrolling.
right, all right. All right. So, podcast.
Hmm.
It's about time
Yes.
I introduce the name to everybody and not just Sebastian or DMs. And the name of the podcast is Are You Serious Right Now?
That's pretty accurate.
Are you serious right now?
Are you serious right now?
Yeah. So essentially what we're gonna be doing is I'm going to be hosting the first one. It's my idea. And
Okay.
random planning, of course.
I'm gonna stream.
What? Banned.
Huh?
We can ban that guy.
Yeah, chat ban this guy.
Chat, can we ban this guy?
Mods,
Fuck the both of you.
get this guy.
And essentially, I'm gonna throw in like a general idea or like thought process, and we're gonna discuss it. You know,
Okay.
as podcasts do. You know, like essentially a hear me out cake, but quite more questionable. Sometimes.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Interesting.
Sometimes.
Sounds
But
about right.
but to start us off, let's start off with the real questions, which is introductions.
Oh no.
Don't say oh no, you have to introduce yourself, dumbass.
No, I have to speak.
Yo, what do you think a podcast is? I have to use my voice for this podcast?
What, you mean I actually have to speak and I'm not just like, just listening?
I thought I was gonna be a background character. What?
Yo, I thought it was just like a dance club or something.
No, but I'm hosting. I'll introduce myself first, and we'll go down the line of Discord, I suppose. So I am Cthulhu Zero, or known as Sean. And I am hosting. I technically own this podcast, although I would say it's mutually shared between the founding fathers.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, is it my turn now?
Yeah, it's your turn. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm Party Bro, better known as Cole. But I'm gonna say probably the
Or
dumbest
Cole,
stuff
he
ever. So
says.
just so you know.
He's gonna be our comedy link.
Just so you know, I'm a goofy guy. I'm a goofy guy.
All right.
You
Alright,
really
next.
said I'm party, bro. I'm dying.
Shut up!
He's the party bro,
Man.
dude. He's the party bro. Why you hating him?
He is the party bro.
Also, I crash out a lot. Anyways.
All right, go ahead.
That's crazy.
Come on, it's your turn.
What's this? What the heck is this?
It's your turn, bro.
What the
Come on.
heck is this? Who, Sebastian's?
You dog.
It's your turn.
Give me a second. Go to someone else.
Uh,
Pat, the next person. Double it to the next person.
No.
Double it and give it to the next
Nah.
person.
Nah, I'm good. I'll
Go,
wait.
Sebastian, do mine and yours.
Nah, I'm good, I'll
mine.
wait.
Can I copy your homework? Just make it a little bit different.
All
Can
right.
you do my homework for me?
All right.
All right. Whatever. We can skip it for now.
Yeah, thank you.
Go ahead, Sebastian.
crazy.
Go ahead,
Easy.
Sebastian.
I don't know, man. I'm just I'm here, dog.
They did not. What do you mean? Introduce yourself. What are you
Yo,
known as? What's your lore?
Nonchalant ass.
What's my lore? He doesn't need to know my lore. He has that look,
What
it's like-
is your
like I'm
lore?
talking to
Drop
a
the
person.
lore right now.
Lord drop.
My name, Sebastian. Pass.
Mm.
Alright, whatever. Good enough.
Holy mole.
That's probably the best we're gonna get from him.
I mean, that was peak. I don't know about you.
All right, well, back to the other person we skipped. Go ahead.
Hold up, I'm on a play right now. I'm doing a play right now.
Oh my god, this guy.
kidding.
Oh
kidding.
my god.
All
Who
right,
invited
all
this guy to
right.
the podcast?
Yo, shut the fuck up. I'm more important than you are. So shut
I
up.
don't know about that one. Anyways.
Lord.
I am, because I'm not going to address myself by party, bro.
You're going to address yourself as
What?
Stupid.
Shit.
as
You gonna do
CP
your old
as
ass name,
CP
dog?
I don't think
Ozzy.
Is that
Aaron
what
is
you wanna go
better.
by?
I don't
C
think Aaron's better
Posy.
than party, bro.
You're gonna be C Posy.
Hey, no.
Yeah.
We don't talk about. We don't talk about that.
I'm
That
not
was a
talking
dark.
about that,
That
he
was a
says.
dark 30 minutes. Okay.
That was a dark 30 minutes.
Dark 30
Dog.
minutes is crazy.
It was a dark
That was
time.
my low. That was my
He
low.
changed his name like literally like an hour later. He's like, wait a minute. That's not right.
It was genuine. It was genuine. I genuinely did not think about the choices of my name. I thought it was fine. I thought CP
Fair,
Posy was
fair
fine.
you know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. You know, I believe it. I believe it. Introduce yourself.
Anyways, I'm Aaron. Half the time I take 15 minutes to like talk about something, or I'll talk about something for 10 seconds and then forget about it. And that's me.
All right. Now we have our base outline that probably took way too long to organize.
Oh my god, longest intro of my life.
Yeah, no shit, bro. People weren't introducing themselves. What do you think happens?
Not my fault.
Okay, why am I being flamed?
Who was flaming you?
I don't know.
Should I see that?
Oh no, my
fucking-
sister was flaming me.
You're
I'm
not
done.
slick. You're
Mm.
not slick.
All right. Wait, I see that, Sebastian. What the fuck?
Ignore that, dog.
Hmm?
You didn't see shit.
Whatever. Fucking idea. All right, I'm throwing out the first idea. Are you ready?
Sure.
You ready? All right.
What is it?
Mhm.
So. Ooh. General idea. Base rundown once more. I'm gonna give you an idea, and you gotta think and use your brain, which I know doesn't happen very
Oh,
often for
no.
some of you. Like Party Bro over there,
Damn.
he's going through it right now.
No.
5 stages of
Yeah,
grief. All right. So first outline. What is one thing that is so off base of the normal that you stand by? And-
What?
So just like a hot take.
Yeah, like a
That's
hot like a hot
Just a hot take, dog.
no, like a hot take, but something that like most people don't agree with. Like on the out, like typically outlandish, but you'll side with it like 100% of the time.
I don't know.
Mm.
Pass.
I mean,
Bro, there's no way.
bro said pass. Okay, use the time that you are allotted right now to think of something that you believe. You don't have to fill it out. It's not
I have
all
something, I have
race.
something,
Oh,
alright.
you have something? All right.
Mayo is the best condiment and a really good dip for fries. And I will stand by that.
The best condiment?
Yes, it is the best condiment. I will stand by that. I will die on this hill.
When you say mayonnaise, like, are you talking
Mayo.
like just straight? Well, yeah, but there's like different kinds of mayo.
Just normal mayo.
Like
No
just add
garlic aioli, no bull crap like that.
like Walmart
mayo.
tub of lard mayo.
Any mayo.
Any
Any
mayo?
mayo. Yes.
What about baby mayo?
That's not mayo, that's baby mayo. Bruh. But like, I just love mayo, bro. I'm so white. I just love mayo.
I'm so wild.
Okay.
Wild statement.
That's so random. I can't even argue with it because nobody does that. Nobody says. Nobody believes.
I've never heard about that in my life. I've never heard somebody stand by mayo by their life of them.
I love mayo.
I've never
stand by
heard
mayo.
that.
I mean,
heard
no,
that.
I get it. Mayo on a hamburger. I'm just saying,
love
mayo on a
it.
hamburger.
Also,
mayo and ketchup go crazy.
Pickles are super good on subs and on hamburgers. I will die on that hill as well. I know some people hate pickles.
I love
And mushrooms. And mushrooms.
I
will
entirely agree with bro.
I will also put mushrooms on a burger. I love mushrooms. I
Mushrooms
love
on a
mushrooms.
burger. I mean,
I
that's
know
kinda,
I know tons of people
normalized.
who don't like mushrooms. Like,
That's because a lot of
or
people are
pickles or
picky.
mayo.
That's not.
Yeah, people are just lame, bro. I swear. Also, oh, here's another one. I hate lettuce. I hate lettuce on anything. A taco, a sub, or a burger.
Whoa,
Oh, you hate lettuce? All right,
lettuce,
there
dude.
we are. There's a real
That's
one.
my hot take.
There's a real one.
Honestly, that's more picky than tomatoes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, I love
Because
tomatoes.
there's
though.
not a lot of people who. I mean, not tomatoes. Sorry.
Yeah.
Mushrooms. That's more picky than mushrooms. Because there's a lot of people who don't like mushrooms, but not a lot of people.
Yeah.
Lettuce, yeah.
I don't like how it makes the food
The fuck do you
moist
eat on
and
your
like
hamburger?
cold. I just don't like it.
Well,
What the fuck do you eat on your hamburger? Is it just meat and tomatoes?
From like
he
a normal
removes everything.
cheeseburger.
It's just the meat part and the bun.
So-
Hey, can
No.
I get like
No,
a
wait,
Big Mac
the meat,
holding everything?
No. The meat, the bun, and a pickle. As we know.
Okay, but my ideal burger
This sounds
though,
like the type of person to fucking say their
My
favorite thing
ideal
from
burger-
Arby's is the meat mountain.
bro. Okay, it's pretty good though. Anyways,
What did I say?
Whoa.
okay, so
I wonder.
No,
my
alright,
ideal
alright.
burger, if I were to make it, would be burger, cheese, mushrooms, bacon, tomato, maybe a little like caramelized onion,
Yeah.
and then mayo, and then bun. That's my ideal burger. It's like super good. Just no lettuce, man,
If
or mustard, or ketchup.
if that were to be pulled out, no matter where you were,
I
you would.
hate ketchup and mustard, bro.
If you saw that on the
can't.
menu, you would 100% always take that and not look at anything
Yes.
else.
Oh, absolutely. I'm telling you.
Alright.
That's how I like it, bro.
Okay.
Lettuce
alright.
sucks. Lettuce sucks. I'm just saying.
Fair enough. You know
Lettuce
what? You know that was a take of all time. That was a take of all
time.
That was a take of all
Now-
time. You hate lettuce? I'm not sure I've ever heard that
hate
before
lettuce.
either.
I freaking hate lettuce unless it's in a salad. Then that's fine. Okay. Salad. If you don't have lettuce, then that's not a salad.
I
Fruit salad is fake, by the way. It's not real.
fruit salad is
Whoa!
that okay.
Fighting words.
Whoa.
Fighting
All
words.
right, what, you
Dog,
got
I
you.
had to,
That's
I
not
had to
bro.
pause my game. Those are fighting words. A fruit salad is a salad. That shit is.
Oh.
That is
Gas.
not a salad, bro.
I mean,
That shit is
Aaron,
gas.
feel
It's
free,
good,
feel
but it's
free
not
to
a
go
salad.
in on this.
Shit
Go in
is
on him.
gas.
There's no
What
such
the
thing as a
heck
fruit
is your
salad.
problem?
There's no such thing
Yes,
as a fruit
there
salad. I'm
is.
saying it. I'm just gonna say it. See, these are my food hot
Why?
takes. It needs lettuce.
That's not okay. That's
It needs vegetables.
not.
A salad
No,
is
no,
vegetables.
no, 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 no,
not
no,
fruit.
no, 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 no. This doesn't
What?
work because tomatoes are a fruit.
I didn't say anything about tomatoes, did I?
But you said you said vegetables. No,
I said yeah, vegetables.
tomatoes are
usually-
fruit. Tomatoes are typically in salads.
I mean, not always. I mean, like
They're
Caesar
staple.
salad.
They're staple top three. If you think of salad, you think of lettuce, tomato, and eggs. Yes,
No.
yes.
Whoa,
yes.
whoa. Eggs come before anything else. What are you even saying?
Okay, then
What
what
are you
else?
saying?
Peppers?
Lettuce, spinach, and like cucumbers.
See, now you're thinking of
Cucumbers.
something besides tomatoes. It's 100%
No, cucumbers
lettuce.
is what I usually have in a lettuce.
It's at
I
least
mean, a
lettuce and
salad.
tomatoes. That's
Lettuce
you.
and cucumbers.
That's
Lettuce
you.
and cucumbers, bro.
That's you. You don't get to
You know.
decide what salad means.
You don't
Salad.
get to decide
I'm looking.
either. Why
salad is a
why should I
cold
take your
dish.
definition?
It's not just vegetables. It's an assorted thing. Like it's assorted vegetables or fruits. That's why it's a fruit salad, dumbass.
Whatever. Okay. Well, I
Yeah,
still don't
yeah,
think
yeah,
I-
yeah.
Okay, you knew definitions. All right.
You and your definition? Is that really what you just said?
Salad is a cold dish of various mixtures of raw or cooked vegetables. Mmm. Not fruit.
Well,
Fruit
what's in the
salad?
name of fruit
Not
salad?
real.
What's in the name of it? What's in the name of it? Fruit salad. So it's a salad but fruit.
Yeah, but those are like oxymorons. You can't have a salad that's a fruit. You know?
What?
Just saying.
What?
No,
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 no.
no, 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 no.
One fruit salad is literally a term that we just fucking discussed. What do you mean?
This is like the
What
this
are
is the
you
same thing as
talking
like
about?
I think this is gonna be a bad example, but it's like mechanical pencil and a pencil. They're the same thing. It's
Okay,
just
you
a
know what?
mechanical pen.
That's true. I will concede on that.
Thank you.
I will
Thank you.
concede on.
Thank
You know what? That
I'm
is
sorry.
fair.
I'm sorry for getting so
I
emotional about
apologize.
fruit salad.
No,
Okay,
no,
I'm
get
just-
get emotional, dude. Get emotional. That's the point. That's the
Shut
point.
up.
I need you to look at him and be like, "Are you serious right now?" That's
Oh
the
my
point
God.
of the podcast.
I mean, I okay, well, I concede. That does make
Double down.
sense.
No, double down, triple down.
Double
You never
down.
concede. My mom says that if you're wrong, you stick your heel in.
You
No. That's why we have problems.
No, it's not.
But I will not concede to my other point that lettuce does not belong on any topping. It does not belong as a topping. That no. No. Lettuce garbage. Except in salads. Wait, why did I even get the fruit salad? Where did I even twist this to? Where did I just go from that to like, you know what, I don't like, or I just
That-
think it's not a salad. Jesus, man.
All
Podcast
right, all right, all right, whatever.
Now, why don't y'all answer the freaking prompts?
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm done with this.
Yeah, we can move
Get
on.
me out of here.
We can move on. We can move on. We can move off of fruit salad, hating lettuce, etc., etc.
I don't know. I mean, we can continue it. I mean, I just hate salad as a whole.
Okay, Mr. Cheeseburger and Fry.
All right. Well, go in depth. Go in depth. What about salads are you
It's
specifically
healthy.
hating?
That's why he doesn't like it.
No, it's
What?
oh, that's crazy.
What are you trying to
All
say
right, I'll
here,
just
bro?
go throw like my 200-pound self off a bridge real quick. I got you.
Oh my God, bro.
It's fine. I'm
Crazy.
here with you.
Chill.
I'm here with you, dog.
Yeah, wait. If you see your okay, I got a good question. If
Go
you see your
ahead.
friend jump off a bridge, are you jumping?
Fuck
No.
no. I'm gonna laugh at bro.
Bro, what the?
Dumbass gave up, bro. Skill issue.
No, he didn't. No, I don't mean that. I just mean you see him just jump off a bridge to like the water. Would you do it?
No.
No.
Like your
I'd
friends
laugh.
doing this for fun?
I'd watch bro come out freezing and be like, "That's what you fucking get, idiot."
Nah, I'm jumping, bro. Unless it's like super high. Then I hate. That's like my fear, bro.
He would jump if it was the Golden Gate. He's
Falling
like,
from
that
heights is
net,
one of
that
my
net. I'm
fears.
landing that net.
He's cooked.
All right. Let's move away from salad. I don't know how we just came to the discussion of hating all salad. I don't know how we got here.
Hey, I don't hate salad. Just to make that
Congratulations.
clear to you.
All right.
Salad is good. Salad is good. I just don't like fruit salad.
All right. New outlandish topic. All right. Hey, not party, bro. You already went.
Oh.
Not. Don't say. Oh, you didn't want to talk.
What came first, the egg or the chicken?
We are no. Stop.
I
Jim,
have something else.
Outlandish
hold on.
take. Outlandish. You should be the
Wait,
king of
wait,
outlandish
wait,
takes. You should just have
I
some.
have one thing. I have one thing. What
You-
is your hot take? What is your hot take?
Mine?
Cthulhu. Yeah, what's yours?
Okay. You know,
What's yours?
I was gonna give mine first, and then you were just like, "Oh, let me
Yeah,
speak.
I
Let me
jumped in.
speak." He jumped in. He cut me off. He's like, "No, I want to go first. Me. It's my name on the board." For hot takes, for non-normal, outlandish things that people.
Just say hot take.
Is it your turn?
It's always my turn.
No,
Someone remove this guy's talking stick.
you're muted.
You're muted. Okay. My hot take. Absolutely, I stand that pens are better than pencils 100% of the time.
Yeah, that's if you're a light tap. If you're,
Mm,
it depends on how much pressure you put on when you write.
No,
I always
You're
make
a light-
mistakes. I'm so bad
100%
at
of the
grammar. I
time.
always need to erase.
100% of the time. All right.
So
I've
what about
used
calculus?
calculus. I used a pen.
There's no way.
I used a pen.
So okay. You never had to go backwards in your work, I assume. So you were just that good.
Do you ever just like fuck up and just have to like scratch out the entire thing with a pen? Like I hate that. I hate doing that, bro.
I did occasionally, but I'm not really the type of person to
Especially in like those exams or like paper exams where you had to like give a pen and then you realize that paragraph is so crappy. You just like do this. You go with a pen. You're just like scratching off everything.
No.
I hate that.
I used a pen for like most of my life, so like I kind of taught myself not to like make mistakes as often.
Although to add on to that, mechanical pencils for the life of me suck.
Mechanical pencil.
Except for that one
all right,
brand.
Low key. Mechanical
I hate-
pencil, and this is the only one I'm specifying specifically out is the
Yeah.
drawing mechanical pencils. Because other than those, the rest of the mechanical pencils are so ass.
Dude, they always break. Cause like when I write super hard. When I try not to even.
What lead do
So-
you use?
Whatever the bulb. What is the? I forgot the brand. Is it bulb?
It's big.
I don't know.
That's the one most people use.
Yeah,
Let me
big
see.
is the
yeah, it
one
is.
the casual one. The 0.6 mm? Is that what it is?
Let me see. Yeah, the Bic. I love Bic pens. Mechanical pencils. They're so cool though. I like design. But they always break.
No, there are
Or
some cool
I-
ones, but
Actually, they're decent, but like whenever those like off-brand ones or store-brand ones, they're like so brittle and so bad.
yeah.
Oh my god, my mom bought me Dollar Tree ones. Dude, they have one thing of lead in them each. And I didn't know that. So when I just went through one complete and had like no other mechanical pencils, I checked, I was like, wait, why is there nothing coming out? And then I checked. There's only one thing, like one sticker, what is it called?
Lead?
One line of lead.
Yeah, one line of
Lead?
lead. Yeah.
I was like, bro, why did you even buy me these?
To add on to this, if you buy like a mechanical pencil, dude, and there are mechanical pencils out there that don't give you extra lead. They give you one
That's
line
a
on the
crime.
extra thing, like so you're using it and like you can use it just fine. But as soon as that one line runs out, you're out.
Yep.
Well, and
Dude,
you
know
can
what else
refill
I
it.
also
Like,
hate.
that's crazy.
I really hate when you get a mechanical pencil. It's like from a random like fancy company or whatever.
Yeah.
But they use like very specific lead. So like if you try to like get some from a friend, it doesn't fit. I had that happen to me so much. It actually just.
What is it?
pisses me
I
off.
think the Papermate mechanical
Papermate,
pencils.
yep,
Yeah,
I hate
Papermate
those.
use a
I hate those with a
different
passion.
millimeter
Those
size.
Suck. Those actually just suck.
Nice.
My God, bro.
All right.
Number two pencil
To
all the way.
further,
I
yeah, no, go ahead.
would say well I don't like wooden pencils. I only use mechanicals, but I only use 0.9 because I write so hard on my hand.
That's fair.
I
I
have
know.
to
I had
transition
a
to wooden
mechanical
though
and it was a
because
0.4.
The
That's the
fuck?
main pencil I used.
what?
Point
Yeah,
Four?
four.
Do you mean
I
0.6?
don't write very hard, dog. No, I meant
dog,
0.4.
dog. 0.4. I swear to God, 0.4. I've never seen a 0.4 because if you put the
I
0.4 on the
had
paper, it's gonna
0.4.
snap.
No, it doesn't.
Yes,
I
it
write
does.
very lightly,
Dude,
dog.
Aaron's reaction is like my first reaction to like when I first saw that like artists cut their wooden pencils with like a knife and like it's super
What?
fucking long. Have you seen this? Let me grab a picture.
Yes, I have.
Artist pencil like thing. Like they basically like they take a wooden pencil and they grab like a knife, like a chisel or like I don't know what it's called, like an X-Acto blade. I'm not sure. I don't know the exact term, but like they will do something like this. Like this here. I'll send it in the crazy chat. Like they'll do something like this and they like cut it with like a sharp thing so that it's super long. so that they can hit like angles and shit. And when I first saw that, that was crazy to me because I'm like, how are you not gonna break that off? Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, I did learn. I did originally get that pencil from my art teacher, so I mean it tracks.
I'm about to tweak. Oh my god, I forgot my Gmail login.
It was from my freshman year art teacher, and she would just supply me with lead throughout the year.
W teacher.
I mean, fair
Yeah.
enough, fair enough. I can understand using like different sizes on it for like art because you need to for shading and different stuff. But just off of the rip, just like you go to the store, I want 0.4 mm. That's crazy.
I mean, my art teacher gave it to me, and I was just like, I mean, it works. I mean, it took a little bit of getting used to, but it was like 10 minutes of realizing, oh yeah, I can't write too hard,
It's a learning curve.
and then it was just
It's a learning
kind of
curve.
fine.
All right. To further my hot take, I think that you know, the world would be a cooler place if everyone did calligraphy.
What?
If we still
What's
used
that?
ink. If we still used ink.
Nah. I mean, like the digital age probably ruined that. To be honest.
That's kind of true.
See what the cost is.
For calligraphy stuff?
Yeah, if it's cheaper or more expensive.
I think it's more expensive because it's like wooden pencil and lead is super easy to make versus like ink because ink is expensive.
You
Like,
know, I'm slowly realizing that if I'm gonna be in this podcast, I probably should not be playing hard maps.
okay, yeah, this is like $7 for like one of those like those like stereotypical like old movie like dipping things with
Yeah.
ink. Like it's expensive. I know that because it's like ink and shit. It's like printer stuff. Totally not a completely different thing. Is not connected at all. Don't worry about it. Although I don't know the difference because there's some in here that are like it's $4 and that one's $7. There's one over here that's $10. I don't know what the difference is. I'm not a calligraphy nerd. I just think calligraphy is cool. Yeah, but that, you know, but that's what I stand by.
I don't even know what y'all talking about now.
Well,
Low-key.
you cycle out. You know, it's Aaron and
Yeah,
Sebastian's turn to
True.
spread.
This is like a topic I know nothing about, so it's like.
Oh no, it's good. It's good. It's good. Don't worry.
My warranty on my laptop expired 2 years ago.
I have topics prepared, man. I want you guys to go as in detail as possible.
Fair.
I mean, so I would have like really good topics, really funny topics. But I've been working for the past 8 hours, and I am mentally tired.
True, dude. I was
So,
working 1
yeah.
to 10, dude. Like, whole day.
I mean,
1
that's
to 10.
fine. That's fine. The first
Yeah.
episode's supposed to be scuffed
Jeez,
anyway.
1 to 10 is crazy.
Yeah, my whole day gone because I woke up at like 11. Because my plan was okay, so I originally had an alarm, but I woke up and I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm going back to bed.
You know what? You know what? Okay, I have like 3. I have 3 hot takes, but I'm gonna do this one because I think this one's actually really interesting.
Look,
I just realized it.
just
This
pick
came up on the
something that
spot.
you stand by 100%, even if
Well, I stand by
everybody,
this.
if the world was against you.
Listen, okay, there's 2 things.
I'm always against you.
First off,
Wild.
I will always believe that having ADHD or any form of almost any form of ADHD is better. I'm just saying.
Better.
Okay,
But the second one,
I agree with
Go-
you.
go-
I agree with you, but go on.
well, because lots of people, including me, use it as an excuse most of the time. But its benefits honestly, in my opinion, far surpass most of the time like the disadvantages.
Look, in my
most
opinion,
times.
and I think that like a lot of people who use ADHD as an excuse do not put in the time. Like obviously there's some outliers. Like there are people with ADHD who just cannot
Yes.
do it like at all. But like I think a lot of the people who have like ADHD and shit just do not put in the effort to try to do shit.
Yeah.
And they're just lazy and they just use it as an excuse because they just want to use it to get by.
I mean, it's always better in the world.
Yeah.
Like your life's gonna be so much easier. At the end of the day, it's easier to go in society if you have an easy scapegoat for almost everything. Which ADHD can be a scapegoat for a lot of things, like a lot of things, like in everyday life. It just can be. But on the contrary, lots of people just are able to do lots of things at once and lots of things and I feel like it just outweighs the disadvantages because after a certain point, when you're like 30, if ADHD, unless it's like because it is still a spectrum, so it's case by case. But most times, you don't have severe like ADD. By 30, you shouldn't even be talking about ADHD. You should be able to to progress in the world with the discipline. Because at the end of the day, if you have discipline for ADHD, that's yourself and your mental. You have discipline against like yourself. That's
Yeah.
huge. That's huge. Like you started off the world with a debuff and you turned it into a buff. Like you're just walking around better than everyone else. So okay,
It's
not like
it's
that,
a video
but
game
like
skill ceiling. It's a video game skill
yeah.
ceiling.
So like just people, yeah. And then lots of people don't even have ADHD. Most people are self-diagnosed.
That's true. That is a lot of things that go on. A lot of people will self-diagnose themselves and not actually get the test, which I think is stupid.
Also, it's just recent. It's also recent because everyone wants. No offense, everyone wants to be special. Everyone wants to be special, in one way or the other.
Side note, people say that they want to be special and then they try to fit in as much as possible. Just saying.
Exactly, and that's not how. It's a yeah.
Like,
It's so
I
weird.
want to be the fucking weirdo. I want to be the unique one. I want to be the guy that
What?
you look at and you're like, what the fuck what is going on over there? Because I know,
Okay,
I know
maybe
for a
not
fact.
that crazy.
No. Because if your options were to be the person who stood out or the person to be great and zoned in and like probably work in a box office, which one are you picking? Because I'm not choosing the box office because that's fucking boring as hell.
I don't know.
It's actually pretty hard.
Oh, that was your first thing, right? Just ADHD is
Kinda.
better.
Yeah, it sucks because I mean the last one I don't think it's even gonna be that. And the last one's unfortunately the first. So I had three. The third one I'm not gonna talk about because it's pure politics. I think talking about politics with your friends is the stupidest thing on earth because
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's just like
No.
it's just personal preference. I don't care what you think. I'm
Yeah,
here
yeah.
because I like you as a person. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
because you're
care.
friends with them. You're not trying to get their insight on
No.
shit. Like none of us are politic professionals, so really all of our opinions are
Yeah.
trash and
low-key,
mitigated
Yeah.
me and
and
Evan
skewed.
have been. We talked about it a couple times, and then we immediately stopped because we are so different,
Exactly.
and we
Yeah.
know it's just
Oh,
a bad
yeah.
idea.
And that's why. And I'm like, that's why it's like, it's just keep it like, keep it to yourself
It's
because especially
sure
because of how
sure
diverse
there
our
are
group
things out
is.
there that you want to talk about that's like crazy, but at the same time, it's like it's
Yeah.
never a good idea.
I guess we could talk about this for a little bit, but like for how diverse our friend group is,
Yeah.
things might benefit other people in our group that are like a huge disadvantage to others. So it's all biased. So like
True.
yeah. So I just don't think it's cool. But this is like about politics, but not politics.
No,
You'll
Just
I,
go
I
ahead.
get it.
We
I
don't
get
care.
it. No,
Just
I mean,
say it.
when I view like
so-
when I view political stuff, like I'm not looking for the thing that benefits me the most. I don't give a shit about that. I'm looking for
Oh,
like
yeah.
the overall positive change.
Yeah.
I don't.
That's all I am too.
I mean, like we could just talk. I don't like. I'm not a fan of things that like benefit other groups and then just to benefit those groups because
Yeah.
I just think it's unfair. and it's just a me
Yeah.
thing. And it's honestly, I know why. It's just because I'm spoiled because I didn't have to live in the bad situations that other groups had to live in.
No, but we're all
Unfortunately.
biased. We've all lived different
Exactly.
lives. So like
Yeah.
it really comes down to this thing where it's like,
I've been
oh
okay.
yeah, you can give your opinion, but like you can't give a real answer on shit because
No.
you experienced both sides. And unless you experience
No.
both
Yeah.
sides, you can't really give a real
I
opinion.
hate the both sides fallacy. It's so
And-
dumb.
Yeah. I will say I have not to sound arrogant, but I do have a pretty good grasp of like lots of like in the United States at least, and like how lots of people live their lives. Because I've been from all the way at the top to Colorado, from Colorado to Alabama. Like I've moved
Yeah.
so many places,
Mm,
Hey,
so I have
you,
a good vantage point on like
you've
and good
experienced the
perspective.
maximum level of racism
Yeah.
possible.
for me, it's
Yeah.
oh yeah, true. For me, it's like opposite because I've been literally the same place I've lived my entire life.
Yeah.
I've been in a
But
city.
Florida, I mean, where you
Well,
live
suburb,
is
actually.
where you live is not is like I'd say it's because it's I think it's a swing.
It used to be a swing.
It
Yeah.
used I was
Not
about to say it
anymore.
used to be a swing.
Ever since COVID, when lots of people came here because of the lockdowns and whatnot,
Yeah.
and how my governor was like the first to open up and stuff, a lot of certain people came here, and yeah, and then there's the swing between just group of voters and then whatnot. So yeah, it's not
Oh,
Well,
that's
not supposed
anyways,
to stay anymore. Anyways,
Yeah.
Yeah.
my hot take. I know this is a hot. I
just
think
say
it's
it, bro. I don't
I think
care.
it's perfectly fine to be oblivious to politics. I think it's perfectly fine. Lots of people
Ooh,
will get
that's fair.
super mad. Lots
What?
like okay, I remember Trash Taste.
Wait, what'd you say?
Y'all,
Hold on.
I said lots of people. I think it's fine to be oblivious to politics, like to look the other way. Um, because okay, here's the thing. Example, Trash Taste. Which I don't. I still. It's like I'm 50-50. I don't agree with it what they did, but I also understand. They had Hassan Ali. I think I forgot his name.
Oh, I know Hassan. Yeah, I know
Hassan?
Hassan.
Yeah, the streamer
He's
guy?
a very he's a very
Hassan
controversial
Ali,
streamer.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
'cause
a very
yeah,
controversial
He's
guy, yeah.
recently started doing a lot of fucked up shit, but we can
Yes, he
ignore that
has.
for now.
It's not about him. Well,
not the
they
time to talk about that.
long story short, Trash Taste hosted him again for a second time,
Yeah.
and they got a lot of backlash because of the controversies. They're like people were like, okay, you guys say that you guys are a non-political neutralist like podcast group,
Yeah.
and then you'll have him on there, which is 100% true. But that's not. I agree that they shouldn't have had him on there if they're 100% this because that's just giving him a voice when you're supposed to be a neutral party. The thing Connor said, which I do agree with, is that he stays oblivious to politics and stays out of politics because he believes that he cannot make until he can make a choice. He's not going to look into it because he'd
Yeah.
rather look into it all at once. And I 100% agree
No,
with that.
I stand by that too because like I don't wanna half-ass it, right? And if I don't know everything, I don't feel like I'm making like a full educated decision on it.
Yeah.
So I don't want to invest in something and then find out later that that was like probably the worst decision I could have ever made.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't do it that much because I just see and hear things on social media.
Yeah.
But like, people will say like, "Oh, I don't follow the drama going on in Europe or Asia."
Dog, I'm such an opposite. I'm too down the rabbit hole.
He's
See,
invested.
the thing is, you can be down the rabbit hole and like there will be people who are down the
actually
rabbit hole
not down
and
the
they
rabbit
won't.
hole, but like I'm always
You
updated on
just know.
stuff.
I mean, I am too, just because that's just the person I am. But there's people who just choose not to be, and I think it's perfectly fine because lots of people can't even make the choices themselves. So all people are doing is finding stuff out on Twitter or having to go out into the real world, and then someone's gonna ask them which side they choose. They choose the wrong side. That's a whole conversation, a whole like ended. It's just
Yeah,
Here's,
no.
here's
because
another thing though. Here's
have
another
you
thing though. Don't say you're oblivious or like don't care, but then like actually like make like a
that's
super
true.
strong a thing, and then you just say like, okay, like bro, really?
No, that makes sense. That's why I at my school or with my friend group, first thing I let them know
Yeah.
was like, yo, I'm a politics guy a little bit. I don't talk about it here at all
No.
because I think that's stupid. Like you said,
No.
I'm a
Yeah.
politics guy, but I'm a neutralist. So you're gonna hear me say things that you do not like. And it happened once, and I had to remind them like, yo, I told you that I love arguing, I do it for the love of the game.
I
And I'm also
love
very
the game.
passionate.
The love of the
I'm
game.
also passionate about politics.
He whips
So
out his fucking in my mind. In my
Yeah.
mind, they're like talking, right? And he whips out like tiny detective notepad. He's like, "All right, got one, got another
All
one,
right, let's
gang.
do
Mark
this,
that one
let's
off the
do this."
list." And like he puts like a tally mark in his book, like rage baited another one.
Aaron, I'm kind of like that, except for the part where I can't argue for the life of me. I just don't like it.
Dude,
For me,
if
I
someone,
love
if someone,
talking about it. I talk about it to my uncle a lot. We
Yeah.
share some stuff. We're slightly different in terms of view, but like now we're like pretty on the same board because of certain stuff that's happened. But yeah, I like talking about it, but I just do not like arguing about it. I can't
Yeah.
for the life of me argue with, especially with a
For-
friend.
Yeah.
Can't do it, dude.
Oh, so
I
this
can't.
is where I'm just good at noticing who I can and who I cannot not picking my battles, but picking the people who would be in those battles. I don't know if that makes sense.
I
Because-
can actually explain that because I understand what you mean.
Yeah, yeah, you know what I
what
mean.
yeah, what it is it's a personality thing. So like when you talk
Yeah.
to somebody, like you have a general sense of about like how much information they have and about how smart and how stupid they are. And if you talk to them for like I don't know like a couple of days, you'll be like, well, this guy clearly just gets all of his information from Instagram, so like his basis is dog
Instagram
shit.
Reels.
Like so, like what he's saying is like, well, you know, this guy is basically the Instagram or Twitter guy, so like he doesn't actually know anything, and I at least have
'Cause-
some basis. Like that's
Yeah.
what he's saying.
Because for me, saying I argue for the love of games, it's just funny, but it's like not entirely true. How I view arguing is you have a side, someone else has a side. You both argue to gain a better understanding of the topic, so
Yeah,
that
I
you
don't
can
like
make
I
a
don't like
better
I don't like
decision.
arguing to win. Arguing to win or just like to speak over
That's
somebody is
stupid.
so stupid, and that's what people do.
Yeah. If
Yeah,
you
no.
feel like you have to argue to win, it's not even
Or
worth
to feel
arguing
smug about it. It's like
Yeah,
fuck you, bro.
It's not even
like
worth
you're not
arguing
even
because
being productive.
you already know. Yeah,
It's not
exactly.
productive.
You're right. It's not. It's just a waste of time.
You're just being a dick. You're literally just being a dick. That's what it,
But
that's what
look,
I.
yeah,
That's what it
at
is.
some point in time, like it becomes like the balance. Like, all right, how much of this is like is the way that like I like stabbed you in the dick for like the Miku card, and then like that was like
That was
that was
funny.
like
That was a
a
funny
yeah,
bit,
but that was
bro.
like a
That was a funny
2-day
bit.
thing, and then I was done with because I'm like one, the Miku card isn't really that
Why
important
did
in
you even have to
retrospect.
bring it up? Why did you even have to bring it up?
It's a good example because like one no one gives a shit about the Miku postcard, dude. It's
Except
funny
for me.
it's funny
Except
that
for
you didn't
me.
get one, and that was the entire thing that we talked about it, and then like it was
Except for
gone
me.
the next day because no one gave a shit. Although the
I
other day
wanted that
Sebastian bringing
card.
that up was like probably the funniest fucking out of pocket line. It was crazy.
I wanted that card, bro.
Not hood.
No.
Okay, here's my hot take. Fuck Regal. They can go suck my dick. That's my hot take.
No, bro.
Or statement. I don't know.
Whatever.
All right.
Do
What is Posey? I mean, sorry, Sebastian. Goddamn.
no,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
yeah, Sebastian. What
9 hours
what
at
is your
work,
hot
9 hours at
take?
work. What is your hot take? What is your hot take?
What is
My
your
hot
yeah? What is your opinion that you
let's-
stand by no matter what? That you
Okay, but
will
first
not
recap.
change
So we
no
went
matter
from
the
no
situation.
lettuce, no lettuce in
Yeah,
something about fruit salad.
Party Bro hates
to-
lettuce. He doesn't think fruit salad is a real salad.
And Cthulhu thinks pens are superior.
Not true.
Not true.
And
Just
I think
y'all know.
calligraphy is on top of pens.
Oh, and also that mechanical pencils suck.
Yeah. But that was kind of shared between me and you.
All right, what's your hot take, Sebastian? You had all the time in the world. Cook.
I couldn't really think of one. I'm gonna be real, but like, I did. That was
Oh.
like the most that was the most
What?
contradictory sentence in the world.
Yeah,
but
what?
it
I didn't really
was
think I didn't
alive.
really think
Or,
of
I
one,
was
but like I
dead.
did.
No, I wasn't.
I don't know. How do I explain that?
Could be literally anything.
I don't know. In short terms, ASMR is peak.
Whoa, elaborate,
Whoa.
elaborate.
Okay, wait.
As somebody-
Let's hear him out. Let's hear him out. Wait. What type? What kind? That's what we need to know right now.
Like, are we
All
talking
of the
metal
above.
pipe,
All of the above?
ASMR? Like,
Yeah, all
like
of the above.
hit your
Metal
girlfriend
pipe.
hits you with a frying pan. Like,
Dude, those
like, come
ones
on,
are so
elaborate.
fucking funny, dog. What do you mean?
That is.
I could sleep with that.
Like, I
could
need
sleep
you
with
to
that.
elaborate. I need you
Bro.
to elaborate.
I don't know. It depends. I mean, I said all of the above for a reason. All of the above for a reason. Because all of them, in my opinion, are peak.
Well, all ASMR
All. Even the more questionable ones.
from like mommy
yo.
whispers
What?
to like
Yes.
tapping on the
That's
ear to like
crazy.
ear licking shit.
pan?
Everything.
The
Still
pan?
yes.
The
pan is
pan?
peak. Dude, that is like the most peak of all of them, brother.
All right.
What do you mean?
This is the most outrageous one. I can't even argue. Like, there's another one. I can't argue
That's
with it because I've
crazy.
never.
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't
the
know
thing.
people
I've
actually
never
liked
actually
this.
like interacted with this, so I have no idea. Unless you count like
Unfortunately.
the
Just
falling
no.
rain videos.
No, that's
I like
more
those,
of
you know what I
like
mean?
background noise.
That's more like
That's like
background
white
noise.
noise shit.
Although
And
sometimes I don't really need to use videos because I live in
ASMR
it's just storming
specifically
outside,
for
so.
here. I'll look up the exact definition of ASMR.
Isn't that usually for like pleasure or something? I don't know.
Whoa,
I
gooner
don't know.
mentality. ASMR is
ZZZ, my bad, bro.
ASMR stands for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response, which is a term used to describe tingling, static-like, or goosebump sensation in response to specific triggering audio or visual stimuli.
Cthulhu.
Yeah.
You give me ASMR.
That is, I don't need to know that. Can you keep your personal grimes to yourself? Thank you.
I'm just kidding. Where am I?
All right, for ASMR, I am such an anti-ASMR person, and like it's not even like I hate it and I haven't tried it. Like I've tried it, dude, and every single time it's terrible. I don't need somebody whispering in my ear. I don't need somebody like licking my inside of my ear or like using Q-tips or like
I got you. I'll send you
giving
peak. I got
like
you. There you
full whispers, dude. I don't need that. I don't need that ASMR shit.
For me though,
just
when
sent
it
you
comes to that
peak, huh?
stuff, whenever I hear something like that, it just makes me like, ugh. I hate squeaky noises, like sensitive noises like that in my ears. So like hearing like that kind of stuff like ASMR, bro, that's just my ears just, I can't.
No,
I can't.
Hey,
I
party
just
bro.
don't like it.
I try every time.
What?
Can
What
you
is
give
it?
us another Golden Freddy scream for the boys in the chat?
No.
No, because I did it on the phone, and also I can't. It's too. My parents are asleep and their
No,
doors
no,
open, and I do not want to be murdered right now. I choose life. I choose.
We're doing podcast stuff,
I
bro.
choose life.
We're doing podcast stuff.
Oh, is that right? My fault. I'm a surprise guest.
Yeah, all right, well go ahead, introduce yourself. You're next on the list.
I'm literally Kasane Teto, though.
No, actually introduce yourself.
Okay, my fault. What's good? It's your boy, Psycho,
You.
All right.
and
Hey, can I get my hot take? Anyone who says it's your boy is socially awkward.
It's your boy, Party Bro.
Why do you think you
576.
said it?
No. I'm gonna leave it. Someone else
was-
says I'm gonna leave.
Whoa,
Dude,
whoa,
you
whoa,
said
hey.
that. I instantaneously
Look,
thought of the
look.
skinny
Yeah,
penis.
I was literally just about to say that. I was literally just about to say that. I was literally just about to say that.
Oh my god.
I was gonna be like, look, man, I was about to defend his answer too. I was about to be like, I am on your side, Aaron, because you know the Vine, and you bitch, you ruined my defense, you motherfucker.
That's unfortunate.
Literally
dog.
everyone fucking in here was like, "Oh, it's your boy, Skinny Penis."
All right.
Well,
Alright.
guess what, Evan? It's time for you to answer the prompt question.
Yeah, here,
Hey,
you
how about
ready?
you don't say my real fucking name if we're gonna be publishing this?
Bro, everyone already said their other real name.
Oh, my fault. I didn't
Anyway,
realize it was a type of podcast.
are you ready for your prompt? Your prompt is, what is a hot take that you stand by 100% and you will not change your opinion for other people?
But it's gotta be a
That's
hot take
another-
that people actually oppose.
Yeah, it's got to be something that people do not agree with. Like I said that all pens are better than pencils.
And I say
Overall.
that lettuce does not belong on anything.
He also said that fruit
Wait,
salad wasn't a salad.
Fruit salad isn't a fucking salad. You're
Alright,
just
cool,
throwing
man.
fruits into a bowl and calling it a fucking day.
That's what I said. I said you're
What do you
just.
think a
calling
salad
this, like,
is? It's a bunch of
can't-
vegetables thrown into a thing and they call it a
Yeah, you
day.
you just can't call it a salad though. That's just a fruit bowl. That's
Look,
a fruit bowl.
we already talked about
okay,
this.
fine,
We're not
vegetable
going back
bowl.
into this. Aaron
All right,
said.
yeah, okay.
Aaron said, politics is a bad topic between friends, and that ADHD is a positive. And then Sebastian said that ASMR is peak.
I honestly, Aaron, I'm not gonna lie, I disagree with the politics take, only because sometimes your friends can be the only ones you feel confident to share your opinions about, who aren't gonna immediately try to oppose you. Like, I can understand why you say it's a bad topic between friends, but if you and your friend can't respect each other's political opinions, although they're different, then how can you possibly be real friends?
I think you're thinking. Okay, let me go and defend.
Yeah, all right, let's run it back. Let's
Let's
rewind
run
time.
it back.
Back to
Will
I knew this was
Smith,
gonna
where you
happen.
at?
Listen. The moment Evan joined, I already had it formulated. I was
He
thinking
already-
2 steps. I was 2 steps ahead.
Doctor say this shit. I saw 14
Hold
million
on, Nick,
possibilities.
He's playing 40 chess while we're playing
All
checkers.
right.
Go ahead,
Listen,
go ahead. The
listen,
floor is yours. The
listen,
floor is
listen.
yours.
What you said is 100% true.
Okay.
However,
However,
in a group like this, all it's gonna do is bring rise to an unhealthy. And at least this is a personal take, because in a group like us, I don't think it's healthy to talk about politics. Because for one, we never talk about them in the first place.
okay, yeah. Then if you're not talking about them in the first place,
So yeah,
then don't bring them up because
Yeah.
that's just not something you normally talk about. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
but it, like from me, a guy who's I forgot what it's
Rage
called.
bait professional.
I'm a swing. So I just choose whichever side not benefits me the most, but I think actually has a right idea of what to do for at least in
It's the
America.
best rage bait,
Um,
as Sean would put it. Apparently,
I have friends who are far left and far right, and I talk to them about politics all the time. I think you need to choose what friends group you should talk to politics about, because it really does at the end of the day set a tone for who in that group you're going to talk to, because not everyone, especially if you're far to one side of politics, they are not going to like it, and they're going to remember it. People
Yeah.
hold
Yeah.
grudges.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then he said the one that I think more people would disagree with, which is being oblivious to politics is fine.
Oh yeah.
oh
I
yeah,
think
that's fucking
a lot
stupid.
of people, yeah, there it is.
It's stupid. in my
So
opinion.
yeah, we have literally target audience right there. Anyway,
Those
But,
literally
but here's my
predict
thing:
what
if
I'm
you're
gonna
gonna be oblivious, and don't like shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear any
don't-
of your
yeah,
takes.
don't talk about
if
it.
you're gonna
Don't
be
give a
oblivious,
fuck.
be oblivious. Don't like invest time in this shit and like take
That's
sides.
literally
Be
me, dog.
oblivious.
Don't
I-
just,
I-
don't
I
just
am
randomly tell
oblivious and
me
just
like
don't care.
Katsune
No,
Miku
you
was
aren't
going to be,
oblivious, you're
like, the
actually
best
brain dead.
president. Like, nah.
Yeah, you're
I'm
just
what?
Katsune Miku?
Oh,
Nah, definitely not.
I'm
Anyway.
oblivious, dog.
I would also, Aaron, I'd also like to say, me and Cole,
Right.
like, we'll just,
Yeah,
me and him, even though we're on different sides of the
we're
political,
very
spectrum,
different.
we'll still have genuine conversations about politics. I
Yeah.
might count on him sometimes when Cameron's involved because
Yeah, that's also why I don't like talking to you, especially with Cameron, because then I just get double.
no, when
That's the one thing I don't like.
He's getting bullied.
no, but
Real
we still
time.
have actual intellectual conversations about politics.
It's just
Whenever
my least
I'm
favorite
not
thing. My
as
least favorite thing to
open-minded.
do, like I said earlier, is arguing. I hate arguing about it. Talking about it is cool and all, but arguing about it, I hate.
When we
Because
argue,
it's a net sum. It's a net
All
zero
right,
game.
I'm gonna move us along back
Buddy,
to the point
I
at hand.
wanna
We're
say
we're
one
gonna
more comment.
we're gonna move on. We're
I want
off
one
of
more-
politics because we've already been on this
I want
infinitely
one
long.
more comment.
All right, you get
Whenever
one.
the
You get
party-
one more sentence.
Whenever me and Party Bro do argue about politics, it's an intellectual argument and not, oh, you're wrong.
You
We're not-
literally said this
Intellectual
already.
argument.
We've been here.
No,
All right, no, we're
that-
moving on.
just
We're
gotta
moving
clarify,
on.
we
We're
just gotta
done.
clarify.
We're done. Politics
Move
is
on. Clarify.
gone. Politics is gone. Evan, what is your standpoint? Your hot take that you stand by 100% of the time.
Can we go to give off Sebastian's hot take so I can have a little bit more time to think?
Sebastian said ASMR is peak,
Just not true. Just
What?
not true.
which everybody
That's
here
cold
disagrees
hot
with
take. Holy
I-
shit.
It's
so
just
far.
not
Well,
true.
here's my thing. It's like if
You know
you
how
like
much
it, you like it.
later,
I'm okay with that. But for me personally, I just fucking.
No,
That's how I
I
feel
think
about it.
what really makes me disagree with him is he said all forms of ASMR are peak.
That is true. Like
I
putting it
can't
to the
agree with
face,
all
I agree
forms.
with
All
the-
like like the previous rendition of ASMR was background noise. I don't know if you know this, but the rain noise is literally just chicken getting fried. That ain't peak, dog. So
All right, you want? Is it time for my hot take?
it's been time for
Yes.
your hot take, man. The clock has been ticking. You're way past the due date.
All right. Shit. So, what's up, guys? So, who's ready for World War III? No. Shit.
A hot take, dude. Hot take. Just something that you stand by that you know most people do not agree with, or that from your perspective you think that most people will not agree with you.
And it's completely random.
You
Like
know,
It
I
could
say,
be. It can
it's-
literally be anything. It could be that you think that tires should be made out of metal or something. Like
You know,
I'm
honestly, I agree with that. I'm just kidding.
that's
no, I'm trying to think of one that is a good hot take that can invite a good conversation that isn't political or isn't all you going, oh come on, after I say Hat in Time is the best game. You know, I'm trying to
Oh, come on. Get out.
get this man. All right, here's a good. I think this is a decent hot take. I think since the Soviet Union fell, and don't worry, this isn't going to be actual politics.
this better not be
Like,
politics, man.
yeah,
I just said we were trying
I
to move
swear
away
to
from
God.
that.
all right, so I think since the Soviet Union fell, and now that America has no real present threat to itself, that America has a failed. It's I think America has failed what it should be like the focuses it should focus on, and as a whole, I'm not talking about one or two parties. As a whole, America is focused on things that it shouldn't be focusing on for progress. Like
What it would,
we
oh,
want
like
to
what the heart of America is, like what it was supposed to be originally
Like
intended.
move. Like
Okay.
like when I say that, the first thing that comes to mind is like space, right?
Yeah.
Space,
True.
like
I miss
NASA
space.
gets less than I think it's like a tenth of a penny for your dollar that you make. Like for each dollar that you make, a tenth of a penny goes to NASA, right? That's how little of a budget, and yet a single rocket is the most expensive one thing we can make, and
It's
yet
one
they get.
of, yeah.
I mean, I understand why we probably need more military budget, but like, and and also on top. All right, I'm not gonna go into that yet because I'm about to go into another hot take. Um, I'm gonna stay focused on this one, right?
Yeah.
From
Go
the
on.
space aspect. Um, I think America has kind of failed not only its own country, but you could even argue humanity as a whole for not leading another space race. Because once we got to the moon during the original space race, we just kind of gave up. I mean, we made a space station, tried to have, and we did this ISS, but I mean, we're it is a. I think the ISS is going to be abandoned in the next 2 years. I think that's the estimate they got on it. And mind
Yeah,
you,
it's
they
it's
have
because
technology.
isn't it
They
because like Russia left the ISS or whatever?
No, they still fund it. It's just they don't want to fund it because its mission is over. It's because the technology on that fucking space station is 20 years old. They don't have a single 64-bit computer on there, so they can't even run Windows 10.
I think what it is what happened is like before like going and like doing that thing was like a big thing and everybody wanted to be a part of that because that was like
Yeah,
that's what they did. They grabbed everybody. They're like, you guys want to be a part of this, and I think what's different is that they didn't do that for this one. They didn't grab everybody or like pay attention or put that on the big screen. They were just like, hey guys, we're gonna do this, and then everybody looked at it and was like, okay, so
Mhm.
Also, I think it's more like it's sad because it's like we got to the moon and then we just plateaued. We plateaued. We just like
Yeah,
we just stayed from there.
and
Like
guess
sure we
what?
did some more lunar missions, but then we just stopped
I'm willing to
over
bet
time.
none of you know what the Artemis program is.
I mean, I've heard of it. I don't know what it is.
I don't know what
Okay,
that is.
I've
I
at
don't
least heard
blame
it
you.
mentioned.
Okay, Aaron, Sebastian, do you know what the Artemis program is? I think they're dead.
No.
Oh, he's not
I've
dead.
never heard of that.
Yeah,
Aaron,
like
do you know what it is?
it's just
no.
All right, it's the program that we are working on to essentially build a permanent presence on the moon.
Oh yeah, no, I've heard of it. I just didn't know the name.
But you didn't know
I know about the program. I
Yeah,
just know that I didn't know the name.
dude,
Yeah, you wouldn't have known it if I not hadn't told you.
there's too much information with the internet, dude. It's like
Yeah, I'm not gonna remember the
walking,
name of the program.
it's like walking into like a bookstore and then like you have to read every single book in there at the same time. Like that's what the internet is. Like
Encyclopedia.
it's so hard to like grasp onto like specific things or remember shit because you're always intaking extra information even if you don't realize it.
Yeah.
Like it's so hard to like fully stick to a thing because it's just there's so much information you're like reading
That's fair.
and it only gets more complicated.
Oh
Sure.
my god.
All right.
Oh my god, wait, they're cutting the NASA budget? Bro.
They're cutting it again.
They are largest cut ever, apparently.
Ev-
Yeah.
Are you
just look up
serious
NASA.
right now?
We're
Funding
cooked.
cut.
We're
Look at it, bro.
We are not going to space. We are not together.
Oh my, 24% reduction? Oh my god.
Who is even trying to go to space?
Jesus.
Like what does going to space
Me.
really benefit other than like science like investigation shit?
There are like satellite weapons out there.
Hear me out. Resources.
That is true. Asteroid mining will probably be like
If we
important in
were
the
to
future.
So, all right, what do you think is the biggest polluter on Earth?
The
It's gonna be-
biggest
It's probably either
Humans.
the fossil fuel industry
Humans.
or well,
No,
obviously it's humans, but like which industry?
like which
Is it
specifically?
agriculture, fossil fuels?
I assume animals. Animals are pretty large.
Mining.
Animals are like a
Alright.
pretty large amount of pollution, like a pretty large amount.
Okay, so Sean, you're just wrong. Not agriculture is such a minute amount of pollution that it might as well not even be counted.
I mean, some of it is
Mining-
counted. I think it's like the third largest emission. I
Well,
did this in
consider
environmental science.
60% of
It's not
emissions
the biggest,
followed
but
by
like
fossil fuels.
from what I know, like animals are like one of top
Yeah,
5 biggest
cow.
pollution shit, and
Yeah, like
yeah,
the beef
specifically
industry and stuff
cows
like that.
too. Yeah,
It's less than 10%. You got to think the pollution that they have. That I hate that study that says cows are one of the biggest. Yeah, because the nitrogen that they produce is nitrogen that was already in the environment, while versus fossil or nitrogen.
Don't they also they emit
Full-
like
full-
what's it called?
Let me finish.
Carbon.
I
Let me
mean
finish.
that's not what that's tracking though. That's tracking like overall pollution, and that does count as pollution.
Okay, sure. If just pure output, sure, that's right. But you got to think that what they're outputting was already in the environment. So they're not adding anything new to the environment. Versus coal and oil, they're adding new stuff to the environment. That is what actually would do anything. Me eating something and then farting some carbon and methane later ain't gonna
Yeah,
change.
methane.
Yeah,
If I didn't exist, it would still be in the environment, right?
yeah.
If we did not exist, all that shit would still be in the environment. It's the coal and oil for energy. So that's why
I think I know what you mean. Basically what he's saying is like, so there's always going to be a carbon cycle, but the
Yeah.
natural ones are being overwhelmed. The natural cycle is being overwhelmed by emissions. Like,
Yeah, by the
fossil
artificial
fuel.
ones.
by their
That's what he means.
new
Yeah, I
things
get that.
cycle
I know.
by overloading the cycle. Okay, cool. So yeah, the agriculture industry pollution might as well not exist in my book because that's just the carbon cycle or the nitrogen cycle. That's just a normal fucking cycle of nature. If there's nature, that cycle exists.
Like obviously there is environmental damage, stuff like deforestation, and you see crop burning and stuff like in the Amazon and whatnot. But yeah,
Oh yeah.
emission wise,
Yeah.
the
90
most
Yeah,
detrimental.
specify. What do you like? Like get to the point.
99% of crop burning is completely controlled. It's only that less than 1% that gets out of control and starts damaging shit. Because crop burning actually does help the
No. Fuck the crop stuff. Move on.
All right,
Specify.
anyways,
What are
back
you
to
talking about?
We're
Elaborate.
just so off topic.
the biggest polluter in the not America, sorry, we don't fucking mine for shit anymore, is mining, right?
Yeah.
I believe it's over 50% of the pollution that we produce is purely from mining. So all those lithium batteries that we make for Teslas, supposedly the most green cars, are actually the most dirty cars. A normal fucking car is more green than the batteries the mining that makes the batteries for the Tesla, and the mining that has to happen to make the all the energy to power the Tesla. So Teslas are the dirtiest cars, but that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, but just a warning.
but
Context. None of us are professional. None of us are experts. Don't take any of this like this is factual.
That's
This
why
is
I am
It's
not
factual.
talking.
What I say is factual.
No. Don't take anything about what we say is factual because none of us really know what we're talking about. All right, you can
Right, and,
continue.
mining industry is the biggest polluter. That is a fact. Don't say this is a fact. This is a fact. It is the biggest polluter on planet Earth. If we were to just get rid of that mining industry and put it into space, you know what we would have less of? Coal. Can you guess?
Pollution.
Yep, it's pollution. We'd have
But I'm sure that would cause other
But
problems,
actually,
right?
hold
Because
on,
wait,
hold on,
because
hold
because
Wait.
now we have to travel
Let's
back
make
and forth. Because now we need a
Hold
system
on.
to bring it
Whoa.
back.
Hold on. I
It
just
would
looked it
take
up.
more energy
Whoa.
to get to the
Hold up.
from. Even if we had like brought tons, most of the energy in space travel is just getting off the planet's surface.
No, I
All right.
understand that, but I feel
Yeah,
like it gets wishy-washy when you like start bringing like the outside area because we don't really know what it's like to be out there and we have no basis or outline. Because we
Okay,
don't
so
know what cause and effect did happen. Like if I throw a rock at you on Earth, we know that the rock will hit you. If we throw a rock out in space, we don't know what that'll do.
yeah, we do. It'll keep going.
Actually,
Where? Because it's eventually
mining-
maybe
hold
gonna
on.
hit something and that can
Okay,
cause
but
a chain of events. So like
Psycho.
Wait,
The mining
it-
industry contributes between 4 to 7% global greenhouse
47%?
emissions. 4 to 7.
What the fuck? No way.
The biggest source of pollution is the burning of fossil
yeah,
fuels
go ahead
for
and post that in
electricity.
the post that in
Okay,
the crazy chat.
all the more fucking reason to have nuclear energy. Thanks for
And
my other
green
points in
sustainable.
that conversation. And you'd better not fucking say there's carbon emissions from nuclear because there's literally no fucking the atoms aren't even fucking present to be burnt.
I mean, there's some mining
I mean,
involved, but that's
nuclear
only with
energy
some.
has like an entirely different like line of consequences.
But
Like,
there's also some downsides to just nuclear though, is the cost. But
That's true, yeah.
Okay,
that's
And you get the bonus of like insane danger for managing because it's like
okay.
like
I just want
even other stuff like it's so much like extra things.
Okay, so nuclear energy is the cheapest per kilowatt hour and the safest per kilowatt hour, and this includes all the casualties from Chernobyl.
Sure,
I'm pretty
sure, yeah, but we've also had access to nuclear the least amount of time out of most of the options.
Okay, if we were to build 1,000, like let's assume we have no reactors, all right? If we were to build 1,000 reactors, it would not only be able to power all of America, but I'm quite sure it could. I mean, we don't even need 800 reactors to power all of the United States of America, but I'm pretty sure 1,000 reactors could power the entire continent and many parts of South America. If somebody wants to do the math on that, by all means, go right ahead, do the math. I would love to see that. The report.
yes, but like each reactor would be $8 billion,
Yes,
like average, which
yes.
is
Yeah,
like if you
there's
add it up, it's a
there's a
lot.
whole
But
thing
over
with
the
like the
course of
cost
30
It's a
input, the
lot.
labor
over the
input,
course
the
of
danger
30
of it,
years.
the people
Yeah,
actually managing
another
it.
problem. Speaking of labor, another problem with that would like a certain amount of profession.
All right, I'm gonna.
So you need education investment in that
Yes,
field as well. So
and you got to sure the individual
here's
person's cost might be more expensive, but you
Psycho.
also have to.
Yeah,
Say one before you cut me off. I need to say this.
my bad.
The cost over 30 years of nuclear is insignificantly cheaper than the cost of fossil fuels for over 30 years.
I mean,
Now imagine if
sure,
we sure so
that's probably
cost
true,
of
right? But
building
like again,
infrastructure.
there's like a
Wait,
billion
stop
other
cutting me
issues.
fucking off. If the cost to build the infrastructure now is yes, it's more expensive, right? Because
Yeah,
that's just how infrastructure works.
yeah.
But in the long run, because infrastructure is built for the long run, it will be cheaper. All right, I'm done.
Yeah, that's why for that I believe we should use like both like sustainable stuff. Like, what I mean by sustainable,
You're cutting out.
nuclear. Oh, it is. That's why I say for that kind of stuff, we do a mix of nuclear and stuff like solar and wind. That way, nuclear can be like the reliable source, while as like a backup, while like solar and wind and
Okay.
if you know what I mean. Like,
Look,
nuclear is like
on a
the-
very like realistic, real note, like
Yeah.
it comes to the point where like to get to there is so hypothetical that it's just not really a
yeah,
possibility.
that is true.
Because of one, there's the money cost situation. Two,
Yes,
you have to believe that the people, every single person will line up with this thought who's in charge of it, which is
Yeah,
just
fossil
also
fuel
not
industry
something.
lobby.
The amount of money people will lose off of this because of marketing and like other shit. Like so, like again, as you said, sure, this could possibly be one of the best ways that we have energy management, but it's a hypothetical because it's not going to happen.
That is true. It is hypothetical.
It's good on paper, but like like executing it, not possible. Not
I
really.
just found a study that I would like to say. This does include, I'm gonna put it in the crazy jet. This does include the deaths from Chernobyl on the statistic, and the only thing that is safer than nuclear is solar. So per kilowatt hour.
Sure. Again,
Uh,
it's a pipe dream at this point because like
It is
again,
a pipe
we're not
dream.
gonna get there. Even with the stats, and let's say that we
Oh,
did
sorry.
get there,
That's not
you do
kilowatt.
realize that
Kilowatt
nuclear
hour.
would be the only one going up then, right? Everything else will get stationary, and at some point in time, nuclear would be at the highest
Sorry.
because that's the only form of death. Because the rest would be zero.
Wind would have
That's how
some.
that's how that works. But this is statistics. So for every kilowatt hour, all these terawatt hour, all of these produce, nuclear is at number 2, including the disaster of Chernobyl, Fukushima. Actually, nobody died at Fukushima, if I remember correctly. And Mile Island
You're
6,
right.
only 3 nuclear accidents in history. I think, okay, maybe we're 2 more, but those are the 3 I can think of. Mile Island 6 only had 3 people die, and we all know how many people, a shit ton of people died in Chernobyl. I don't quite remember how many people died in Fukushima, if any at all. And that is included into this statistic. And if we were to take those outliers out, nuclear would actually be under solar for the mortality rate per terawatt hour, showing that yes, it's expensive, but do we want something expensive and kills
Look,
fucking no?
I get what you're
Or do
saying, but again, if you essentially replace the rest of them with nuclear, then nuclear just goes up the list because the other ones go down to the point that they get low, about
No,
as low as the
because it's
others.
per terawatt hour
No,
that
because you're
energy.
replacing them, like you said. You said you wanted to replace it.
No,
You
per
wanted nuclear to
terawatt
replace them.
hours. You're not understanding. Per terawatt hour, yes, the casualties would go up on not just pure numbers, they would go up. But per terawatt hour, it would stay the same because that's how many. If you make only 1 terawatt hour of nuclear, or if 1 terawatt per hour using nuclear, 0.0, is it 3? Yes, 0.03 people die. So yes, you're gonna have more people die, but you're gonna have boundless amounts of more energy. That's what the statistic reads. So that chart would not change if we downscaled on everything else and upscaled on nuclear. You're
No,
not
the
understanding.
chart would change because you would stop tracking everything because you said you wanted nuclear to replace the other options. That's what
Okay,
your
yeah.
point was, and that's
No,
what I'm
but
saying.
nuclear would not change on that chart.
I'm not saying
Everything.
nuclear would change enough for it to like be different. I'm saying that the other options would basically just get removed because you're replacing them.
Yes.
That which is what I said. What are you disagreeing with me on
You were
then?
saying how you were saying it was making it sound as if nuclear
Then
all
why
of
are
a
you
sudden.
attacking me and not asking? This is a podcast, bro, not an argument.
New topic. Host. New topic. Something completely different than
Okay.
everything.
Saying about before we got onto nuclear, and when I was talking about asteroid mining,
Host. New topic.
I think we're
we
done
won't
with that.
bring back the asteroid mining.
No, I
Bring
think we're
back
done
the
with that. I think we're done with that.
I want the asteroid mining.
I think that's enough for the first podcast. You know, hour 15 minutes.
Bleh.
Unless somebody has another
I got I
Oh,
do
okay.
have a good. I honestly, I
Alright.
think this is a good one because I've been sitting here just not let. Okay, whatever.
Go on, no, go
That-
on, go. Ignore him. Ignore him.
there's. Anyways, I was thinking about it because I was thinking of a good topic. This is a
Yeah.
good one. This is
Can we do something other than hot takes?
this is.
No,
I
that's
don't know
just
if this
that's
hot
just
take,
the
this is a
first one. This
topic.
is just the
This
first
is a
one. The next
topic.
one we're gonna do
This
something
is-
completely
this-
different. This is
I
just the
think
first
this one will leave us on a
podcast
good note.
episode.
I think this one will leave us on a good note.
Yeah, away
I
from
think it's time
politics,
for
away
games to
from
get-
death, just like something not super crazy, really.
Yeah, I don't
Go
think
ahead.
this is super crazy, but I do think it's like we also all can say have our own word. We all have different perspectives on this.
Yeah.
But I think it's time for games to be priced at $80 now.
No.
Yes. If the game, if it's a
No.
game, can I finish my reasoning first? Sorry.
Okay, go on. No, go on. I
If,
think he's just
a
giving
game like
side
a game like
comments.
GTA and a game like Baldur's Gate, in my opinion, because I don't think Baldur's Gate is 80, but I think it's worth the 80. When
Okay.
there's these games that are they put a lot of time and years into, at this point in society, we cannot be pricing them at $60 because there's much more money going into the games. There at the end of the day there is. So them putting
You
it
wanna
at 60
probably-
is a blow for their company most of the time. So now there are
my
the outliers.
disagreement with that is
Cannot. Hey, mister, you've
okay.
been playing
I'm
Osu.
just gonna
You have been
specify
playing
something, but
Osu.
okay.
Nobody cares about
You
your
have
opinion.
also been playing Osu.
Whoa.
I've been paying attention. Don't use that as a defense.
Be quiet. Hey. That's not. No.
He's
I,
been-
Explain
Hey,
your
hey,
point.
hey.
Finish
No,
your
no, no, no,
goddamn
no.
point.
Shh.
Finish your point.
Okay, there are games like Star Wars that should not be $120, and that is greedy EA being greedy EA. However,
That's
you will
fair.
see a lot of people getting really, really angry at all these games being priced really, really high. When I'm not going to say it's just $20 because that is very spoiled and very unfair. But at the end of the day, what do you expect them to do? Do you expect them to keep it at $60 when everything else is going up? And then the quality of their games are going to be worse and worse because they don't have the money for it? Or are you going to expect them to make the games at least fair for the price? You can't say Baldur's Gate is a $60 worth game. That game has people have over 500 hours and still haven't finished everything.
Alright.
That's all I'm saying because I
Okay.
know everyone complains about it every single time.
Okay.
But, like-
I have a couple of points I want to specifically say about this, but who wants to go first?
Me.
Okay.
I'll
I
let
have 2
Sebastian go
points.
first.
Okay.
Alright,
I
One of
can
them
I
is
can wait my
purely
turn.
personal, and the other is technical.
Okay. Go ahead.
My purely personal point is I'm too fucking broke to buy games for $80 like that.
So the
So like that's
my only
unfortunate,
counter-
but
my-
that's a personal point,
yes,
so I don't care.
yes.
It's
Which
not
is
really
very fair.
relevant.
Yeah, that's
My
fine.
technical point. Why would they sell it for $80 when they're going to be selling so many copies that extra profit is just it doesn't matter.
This is a business thing.
Like it's
$20
with GTA 6, so fucking many people are going to buy that. It's going to build fucking millions regardless of whether it's 60 or 80.
And
The thing is-
GTA is one of those games
And
that
they
you
can
like
easily pay all their
have an
employees way
extensive
more than
for.
a reasonable salary
Rockstar are
one-
okay.
just for 60 alone.
Sebastian.
Baldur's
This
Gate
is-
3
Rock-
same thing.
Rockstar's
Um,
already confirmed for this game to be released on a Saturday because they know if it is going to be released on a Monday, it will negatively impact the worldwide economy.
Hell
Because-
yeah.
There it
Yeah.
is.
Like
Well,
Star
Because
Wars
a lot of
movies, do you
people
remember
skip Monday
like the
just
Star
so
Wars
they can play
movies that
GTA
like
6.
the economy shrunk
Yeah.
because everybody skipped work to watch the Star Wars movie?
All right,
remember
all right.
that.
So, okay, let me make a disclaimer real quick, just so you guys don't hate me. I don't think it's I most of the time when
hate
these
you.
companies are upping their price, it's because they're greedy. They want the money.
Most
So they
times, yeah,
have
I agree with
at
that.
least, or not most of the time, all the time, because that's how business
For an
works.
example
they want
of that,
money.
Tarkov did that and everybody was pissed.
Okay.
No
Tarkov
matter
did
what,
that
though,
a
and
very
this is my
similar
thing.
thing.
Okay, because I'm basically, honestly, probably doing a 1v4, but I don't really care because I know y'all guys. are really
Fuck
chill.
you.
Um,
Anyways,
listen. So if I'm talking a lot, it's just because I'm the only one on the other side.
No, yeah,
At the end of the day,
That's fair.
at the end of the day, a majority of gamers are within the ages of like I don't know, 19 and under,
yeah.
20, 23 and under.
The average
Lots of them
age is
we
like
broke.
Yeah,
college
young.
broke student, not a lot of money people. So yeah.
Most of the time they're either paying for college or they don't have a job.
or they're just using their parents' money. Like it's
So-
somewhere in between that.
100%, a majority of the people complaining about the games are the people, either they're not gonna silence them, the low income people, because they can't afford it, or they just don't have a job. I don't think it's fair for those people who don't have a job to try to sneak themselves into the low income people, because I don't understand if you don't have a job, how the hell are you gonna get it if it's $60 anyways?
Yeah.
By
And then
poor financial decisions.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna say it's just a $20 increase, but I guarantee if you have even a minimum wage job, that is from I'm correct, that is at least 3 hours of work minimum, like extra.
That's about
No.
no.
Yes.
dude,
Because
I
minimum
get paid $15, bro.
You
yeah,
live
so
in
that's even less.
yeah.
That's
high.
two. That's
Yeah,
two for
there's
you.
different. Yeah,
But
there's different.
I'm
There's
not-
different costs of living in different
Yeah,
states and shit.
I'm saying minimum wage at its lowest, because when you take tips, when you're doing tip work, tips are different
like
from
waiting.
minimum wage.
Yeah, like waiting.
Because tips is as low as the minimum wage can get, and it's like $6 or $5. So yes, it is.
that
$4.94.
entire
It is
system is fucked.
Yeah, it's super low for tips because they're tip based, so they want the tips.
Yeah, and you got to think that during the Biden administration, they also made it so they could tax tips again. So yeah, now you get even less money from tip work too.
Yeah, but that's going into that. Like that's just I was just low barring it so that I'm not saying like
Wait,
I'm a minimum.
Aaron,
I make 19 an hour. That's not really fair for me
Aaron,
to say.
you do realize that I make $15 an hour, which is still pretty high for lots of
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
in my
15
state.
is
You
so
do
high.
realize
Yeah,
what you just
yeah, I
said?
know.
Dollars? That is literally I think it's 8 hours of work, or like 7 to 8, like between 7 and 8
Huh?
hours of work
For what? $5
for an
an hour?
$80 game. I have to spend 7.5 hours, basically, like 7.5 hours of work
So you have to spend
to get
7.5
one game.
hours.
Now, here's
But
the
then
problem I have with $80. Okay, let me finish. What
Yeah.
type of game are we talking about? Are we talking about like AAA game or like
I'm
high
talking
quality games?
I'm talking about high quality games like Baldur's Gate.
Like
I'm telling
the
you,
best
GTA
of the
6.
best. Like it
Like,
probably
yeah.
what Silksong is gonna be, because Silksong is in
Like
depth.
the next Zelda, like
Like the new
those
COD?
games.
New COD stuff.
No,
like that?
No,
the new
I don't know
COD's
about
going to
COD.
be at that price, but I don't agree with that.
No, I don't
'Cause
agree with
think
that
it's
either.
quality of a game. It comes out once. They come out with the new COD once a year, and it's the same thing. It should
It's a
not be
scam.
$80.
I think they should
But,
split
like-
their story mode too, because there's a lot of people who would just buy the thing and they just want to play the story mode and not the actual game.
Right.
Just the problem I have with that, like the logistics of that, Aaron,
Side note.
like let's say I want like even just like 2 or 3 really high quality games like that I really want, like a new Nintendo game or like the new Baldur's Gate
Mario
or like
Party
let's
one?
say the new Mario Party. You're telling me each is $80? That's $240. That is
Yeah,
insane.
and
That's like that's
Yeah, and if you're working at federal minimum wage for, let's say, you want a physical copy of Mario Kart World, all right? And at the federal minimum wage, this is before taxes. It is you have to work 12 and a half hours for just the game. If you want a
What's
physical,
federal minimum wage?
$7.25.
Okay, okay.
Like,
Fun small
most
fact.
states are about
Lots
that,
of
but-
people go. I think the average probably 10 though. Just so you know. That's me like lowballing it, but let me look at average.
Yeah, I understand most states have above that, but I'm telling you that's the federal minimum wage, which is, you just said minimum wage, you didn't really specify, and each state has a different minimum wage, so it's safe to go on these.
I
That's
don't
why-
think it was super
that's why I
important
said
on which
that's why I
minimum
said
wage.
average. I was
think he was
lowballing
just
it so that you don't. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't want you to say like let me talk. I'll play.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I get $19 an hour. I get $10 an hour, and then we get
Damn.
$9 an hour basically because of tips. Because I get paid by tips. We have cumulative tips, long story short, and then we get paid a lot. And I work like 50-hour weeks. That's why I haven't been on lately.
Goddamn.
I can't use myself as an example because all I have to do is work like 4 hours, and that's it. A couple things. People, I know this for a fact because I have worked at 3 different jobs.
Yeah.
So I can say this pretty confidently.
Mhm.
People aren't going to be like, oh my God, I have to work 12 hours for this game. Trust me. People, I hope you guys don't start making up these things that are not true, but that's definitely not how that works. People get their checks, they get their cumulative hours, and then they get the money itself. They get the money as a factor, and then they divide it. because no
Yep.
matter what, you are working those hours. You're going to be working 12 like you're going to be working 6 to 8 hours on a part-time job.
Yeah, no,
You're going to divide the money out by
this
gas,
starts
food,
tying.
expenses.
Yeah, this starts tying into the thing like
People-
people are just trying to live their life when they're
Yeah,
working with what they have.
People also don't want to just cut people don't want to cut their food off. Or, like they don't want to like get less food because at the end of the day, they're saving this 20, this 40, this $80, like you said, 240 to get these games. That's what 3 times 2, that's $60 that they have to save. That could have been $60 that goes to the McDonald's and Starbucks they get every morning when they go to school.
Yeah,
That's not fair because that is not a necessity. If gaming is your hobby, you don't need, trust me, if you can buy that food in the morning, as an example,
yeah, and
you should be able to buy groceries from the store instead, which is much cheaper.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
to say.
people
true.
don't like spend money properly. And
Yes.
Aaron, I just did the math for myself personally, and this is before any deduction, so that's before tax, before room and
What
food.
is it? Your gross or what is it? There's a name for it.
Gross
Yeah, it's a gross, right?
yeah, it's the gross
Yeah.
gross domestic product, like GDP.
Yeah,
Anyways,
I know.
the total money I am paid from Mr. US man, Mr. Uncle Sam, at my current pay grade is 3,000. Just like I think it's like 3,023, but I said fuck it, we're just gonna go to 3,000, right? So after all my deductions, I'm paid like 2,000 or whatever. But I just went with the 3,000 before deductions, and with how much I work, I'm paid about $10 an hour for how, and that I'm get $10 an hour for school, while everyone else is paying dollars an hour for school or whatever the fuck it is. Sure,
Yeah.
it's better, but like still, that's $10 an hour for work, right? That's not
Mhm.
money. Granted, that's after deduction, so or no, that's
But
before.
how many hours do you work though in a week?
I work about 12 hours a day.
So how many is that in a week? It's 70. That's 84 hours in a week, almost.
About
Roughly.
roughly.
Yeah.
So and you get paid half. You get paid half
60.
at the like 15th and like the 1st or something.
Yeah, 1st and 15th, correct.
Yep, I knew it. Military mind. So that's
Oh,
what
God.
84, 160, 168 hours around each week. I'm just adding it up because that's 1,000 like 600 something.
Yeah.
So and we're adding in like you buy
I lose
games.
about
that you want.
$800 in total from deductions.
Okay.
That's that's not even that's not Roth TSP or any other savings. That's just what I get to my banks and my
Yeah.
other, like that's what the government and Mr. Government takes away or does not take away from me.
Okay, I would like to honestly, or I'd
I'm
like
like-
to move away from this, not because I'm giving up, partially because if we talking about our own wages, then
Hey,
it's like
let's
if
go back to
if I
the
make
let's go back to the
if I
original
make
thing
a
about
counter
how
argument,
games
it's
are
almost attacking
$80.
you, which I don't want to
No,
do.
I'm not.
you
I'm
know?
not.
No,
feeling-
okay,
I'm not-
yeah.
But-
Let's take a step back and here I'll cycle us back into your original point of games can be $80, like or they should be
Yeah.
like so.
Because okay,
No. You
half of
already
us have
explained
played
yourself. I
Motorsport
got
game.
it.
Yeah.
So like, I think the best of the best games can be expensive. Like the exponential top of the line, like game of the year. Like if Elden Ring was $80, you'd be like,
I would not.
I
buy
would
it.
buy
Would you buy
it.
Stray
You know,
for
like
$80 because Stray got Game of the Year.
Stray is
That
an
is
indie
true.
game. Stray is to an entire different process.
Yeah, that's what the thing is. Like, I just think it's unfair to make it where if it's a really good game, it has to be $80 or should be. No, it shouldn't be. And
No,
also,
I don't agree with his point, Outlandish,
we have like
because
$70 like 8 AAA slop.
Okay. Would you guys pay $80 for A Hat in Time because it
No.
also got a Game of the Year award?
that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying just because it's game of the year.
Game of the Year is a bad example because when indie games get Game of the Year or get really close, it's because they worked with jack crap to make a wonderful game.
It's like
And
when you
yeah.
sit down, right, and you play the old like 1.7.10 Minecraft. Like there's old Lucky Block Minecraft level, like back in that area, that game could probably have won Game of the Year then. Realistically, based off of whatever all the other games that were being released, like that game probably had a chance, but that was an indie game. but the thing that they were working with, like their creations thing, was not like AAA like they are now. Like but Minecraft is like what, one of the best world renowned games around.
Yeah.
Like it, like if they raise, if you were to go back in time, right, and you were to set a price for how much you would have paid Minecraft for at when it first dropped, with the knowledge that you have now about Minecraft, where would you place it? Like, are you going above what they're doing, or are you going below?
$20.
I think 20
Because
bucks.
think about how many copies they have, bro. Like back what Sebastian said, $20, and you are literally the most like purchased game or like played game. What is it? I forgot which one. Like they have the most like copies sold. Come on, man.
Yeah.
They don't
One
need
small-
$80 games, bro.
One small thing, at the end of the day, it like it
My
is
point
business.
isn't done, by the
They're
way,
going-
just for the record.
They are okay. I'm gonna just clear this up because it keeps
Yeah,
coming
no,
up.
go ahead.
They are a business. Their goal is money. No
Yeah.
matter, like, I'm not saying $80 is okay. I don't like agree with it, but like my point is that people need to get over with, because these businesses are going to, everything is increasing right now. The businesses, like the gaming companies, have the right to increase their games as well,
true.
especially if they do put the
That's
time
fine,
and effort
but
into the game.
don't tell me that you deserve that $80. Like fuck you, I'm not buying that shit.
Then
Okay,
don't
so
buy it.
you-
Then
but
don't
you-
buy it. That
you-
his
yeah.
point was that, like, if it's a phenomenal game, some people who really want to be part of this $80 community of this game that's supposedly game of the year or amazing, you know, like they'll put in time. Like when you heard that God of War was game of the year, your next step wasn't to go like, oh well, I need to add that to my Steam library and add that to my and play that right now, right in this instant. That game won game of the year, that's what I gotta play. Like, no, you didn't do that. Because you don't need to. You don't need to, because there are phenomenal games, and you can take this from me as someone who constantly plays dumb, stupid indie games for fun off of Itch, off of Game Jolt, off of Steam. I play a shitload of random games that no one's ever heard of, that I don't even talk to you guys about now. And there are some phenomenal games in there. Like, there are games in there I would rank in like probably my top 10 because they're just good games because they gave a shit. Like the best example right now that we all know like is probably Stray. Stray's You guys all know Stray. You guys all know the community they worked with. They're like small indie game developers. But like, you wouldn't bat an eye if that shit was $40 and you were given that game. You would be like, that's
I'm back.
probably
Three things. One, can you give me a recap on like the past 2 minutes I wasn't here?
You haven't missed anything. Not really.
nothing.
We're just recapping and
Yeah.
elaborating.
In two things. One, about what Party Bro mentioned earlier about the $80 not being required. My point was that it was overkill.
That's probably true.
They will make all the money they need from 60. If they go to 80, it's pure greed.
Yeah.
Like
I
they
do wanna
do
say
not need that
There-
money.
Y'all, I don't think you guys understand. Y'all never walk
okay.
into. It is the business is built on greed.
I know
I-
it's
Never
meant to
gonna
make
not be
money, but
greedy.
everyone will get all of their salaries. It is pure greed to make an extra few million on the top.
There is
Which
something
is-
I want to say.
Also, I don't think
No.
indie games would
If it weren't
survive if
about
their games
money-
are super expensive.
If it weren't about money,
No,
then they could just. Can I please? I'm trying to reinforce what you're saying, Aaron. Please don't cut me off while I'm trying to reinforce.
Could you
what
just say it, man? Like, the
Yes,
point is that we're
sir.
giving little
Yes,
like
sir.
side comments the
Alright,
entire
so
time. We're gonna
they
cut
didn't-
each other off. That's the
They
entire
weren't just
point.
if they weren't just about greed, they would just once they made their money back from making the game, you know what they do? They just sell the game for free. But so yeah, they're in it to make money. They're in it to make money, plain and simple.
overkill or not, I'm not justifying it being overkill, but I'm saying it's not brought to light that these companies, their goal is to have the highest profit margin possible.
I think
at the end of the day.
it makes sense on a business side for the games to be that expensive, especially with economy and shit and like how prices go up, because that happens because gaming is just a market. It's, I'm selling you a product. Are you going to buy it? Are you not? Look at the price. Do you want to invest that time? You know, and then you debate it. Because that's essentially what he's saying. And like a lot of the times the answer is no, because not a lot of people want to be like, well, I don't know if I need to spend $80 on a game that I don't know anything about or like thing. But there are games out there that are probably worth $80. Like they do exist. Is it a little bit overkill? Yeah, probably. But like every single game that's ever been released is probably a little bit overkill. They're probably like, all right, this game took us like, I don't know, $20 to make per person for the amount of people we're gonna have buy it. Can we bump that up to $30 just because? Like that does happen.
Carter, I'm gonna let you talk after this because I probably have something to say. But just so you guys know, lots of the games that are having these price increases, and we're gonna like EA,
Yeah.
we're just gonna throw them out the window because they don't count. I'm not gonna lie, they do not count. I hate EA. They'll be making this 110 Star Wars game that's complete dog water.
Look. As
But,
I will tell you,
hold up, Sean.
no, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'll get to it quick. No yapping for Aaron. Lots of these games that have been $80, GTA 5, all the Mario Nintendo games. Nintendo's just really good at hiding their stuff. They've been in development for a long time. They've put more money into these games. So I'd want to look up, but it's hard to find a ratio of how much money they put into games now compared to back then, because that ratio might find the difference between why they're increasing all the games to $80. Just saying, because they are putting more tech in resources into these games, and that's why. That is why they can't make it $60 anymore. I think.
I mean, no, it's the
That's a
same
fair
thing.
point for,
It's
like,
the same
GTA
thing.
6.
It's the same thing. Like
Yeah, for
you
a game
can't.
like GTA 6, that makes sense. But like other games, I don't know.
The thing
But
is,
I don't think we're talking about those kind of games, right?
No, but
think-
like
yeah,
I understand what he's saying, because like he's like, hey, you know the old Tomb Raider off of the PlayStation 2, you know, the polygons, like what was like the super gooner thing that somebody like analyzed, like from Resident Evil, like the Dimitrescu's ass has like more polygons in the entirety of what the Tomb Raider. Someone did an entire analysis on that.
What?
No,
you
some
just know that off the top of your head.
because I have random piece of information, dude. Like the rest of us, because we all have that.
Interesting.
Don't say that like that's new to you, you stupid bitch.
Interesting.
No, but like how long do you think it would be? How like
27 decibels.
Oh, bro, I swear to God, I'm gonna find your house.
Like on a real note, like how much effort do you think it takes to create that Tomb Raider game now versus in the past?
That's fair.
Because like there is a money difference, but like you could probably create that Tomb Raider game now for like $5 or for free,
I will say,
because we have those resources for free.
Games on the Wii U used to be $40, and they went up to 60 with the games on the Wii used to be 40, and they went up to 60 when the Wii U came out.
That's because Nintendo doesn't give a shit, and they just want you to buy it, and they know that we'll buy it.
I'm gonna be real. Fuck Nintendo.
90 for a physical copy.
That's outrageous.
That's crazy. But
And if it were like a game, you know, I'm not gonna lie, for games that are really meant to be party game, like they're designing it to be a party game in mind, right?
yeah,
Tell me one person you know who plays party games, like for like 100 hours. Tell me one person.
Can
Necro.
I just say one thing? Isn't it crazy how much?
Necro plays 100% orange juice, and that's a party game.
How much what is Jackbox?
Yeah, Jackbox is expensive, bro.
Dude, it is.
Is
so,
it?
Yeah, I know.
I've never looked into it. I'm not a Jackbox person because I think it's
In
such
my
a waste of
opinion,
time.
Look at how much
should be
D&D is,
60.
dog.
Jackbox should
that
be
is
like. Sorry, but can I just say this?
Yeah.
Jackbox should be like $50 or $60 for the entire thing. It's outrageous how much it is per several. To me, that's insanity.
For what they do, I
Anyways,
think
back
it
to
is
what
a
you were
little
saying,
bit.
Buster.
I think it's a little crazy because a lot of Jackbox is just kind of PowerPoint slideshow with a voiceover.
Yeah.
Like that's actually like a real shit. Jackbox is just kind of like PowerPoint slideshow with a voiceover.
Jackboxes.
You know, this.
I've heard it, but I don't know what it is.
It's like one of the most popular party games. Like when you think of party games, you probably think of Jackbox.
Jackbox. It is really good. It's just not.
It's not bad, and like they definitely put effort into it, but like it's too high, at least in my opinion, for the cost. For like, what do you do?
Yeah.
But
I also this is I will say us as gamers we're also very spoiled right now. And that's also probably why like people are so outraged about the $80, because if you think about it, for the past like these 2 or 3 years, lots of people have been playing the free games, and lots of people have been playing the indie games because indie games are really fucking good right now.
No,
So those
we
indie
we are
games
going into
being
the
like
indie era,
super
dude.
cheap.
The
Yeah,
indie
we are.
era of like free games and like amazing fan created games, and then they get $1 billion because fans are like, "This game's amazing."
Yeah, because AAA games suck and they scam us.
That's true.
It is.
AAA games do suck. I like
It
what
is. So
For
like what
me, how I rate a game's like a game's worth personally, if I cannot enjoy playing this game for okay, let's say a game is $100, all right. If I can't enjoy playing this game for 100 hours, it was a waste of money, right?
okay, I will
So that's why I'm still content with the purchase is I made for Stellaris, despite for all the DLC and shit. Like, yeah, that's money I could have better spent somewhere else.
I
Sure,
understand
I
what
get
you're saying.
that.
I really do understand
Like,
what you're saying because
I
I
still
played
enjoy.
Destiny 2 and I bought all of the DLCs and that shit is expensive.
I bought all
Sebastian,
the
you can attest to this,
Plus.
but DLCs for Destiny 2 were fucking expensive.
Yo, Hearts of Iron 4.
There was only like 2 of them that were worth it, and that was like Forsaken.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
like the obvious
and
good
then
one.
and then they dropped what was it, Witch's Curse or some
after
shit, and
that-
I was like, nope.
Which is like everything after that was just kind of ass.
Yeah,
Like
but,
the
like-
Broken Moon thing was fucking stupid.
But I bought every single one of those. Would I have taken my choice back? No, because I in that moment I have enough hours in the game. I have enough experience. It was something that it probably gave me some learning curve that I don't even know off the top of my head. I probably learned something, but like would I exchange those hours for something else? No, I would still take the same path. Destiny 2 in the moment that I played it was fine. I had the time invested in that. That's what I wanted to do, so I did that. I'm not going to take that back because like I have a minor disagreement with it now. That's stupid. I made that choice. I'm going to accept my choice whether it was good or bad.
what were you gonna say, party bro? I agree with you.
I look, you forgot.
My bad.
Well, can I go on a tangent real quick about
Yeah,
Destiny in
go on.
particular?
Yeah, no, go on. We were talking about it.
I think it's fucking ridiculous to remove content from a game that someone has paid for.
True.
Yeah,
Like
That's
vaulting the
such a
DLCs
That's-
in Destiny 2 is so
so true.
bullshit.
Yeah, that's what
yeah.
lost me so fast,
Oh, yeah, I
dude. They
remember.
what did
I
they
remember.
removed the raids and they
They
did it.
removed everything
removed
they removed the
and
main
put it
story,
down the
Cabal, the
paywall?
Cabal
Oh, they
story that you
did
were
remove
talking
the
about
main
earlier,
story.
Party
True.
Bro.
They did remove
Gone.
that. That was
shit
out of the
doesn't
game.
exist anymore.
The main campaign was
It's
just
gone
not in
from the
Destiny
game.
2. That was true.
Curse of Osiris. War
Gone.
Machine.
Yeah, they removed the entire moon for
Gone.
that.
You're lying.
The
I'm not,
fucking
no.
Moon DLC gone.
Yeah,
Forsaken
yep.
also gone right now.
Yep.
Like all of the good shit and all the stuff people have paid for is just gone.
That's insane.
It's all
Jeez.
vaulted.
Yeah, and then they're trying to keep people, and like as soon as they started removing stuff, I was like,
And-
ooh, I'm
okay.
out.
To go on a farther tangent, some of the content in those things that are vaulted are literally wiped from the game's files entirely.
That's true.
Like they're not vaulted, they're just gone.
Yeah, they full
period.
on deleted them for space issues.
Not even that. There's also issues where there was plagiarism problems, where Bungie had taken art from other creators. This is not about Marathon, by the way, if that's what you're thinking. But
Anthem.
they had taken art in some of the DLCs in Destiny 2.
Oh
And
shit,
then,
I read about that.
since they removed the content from the DLCs and the files, the evidence wasn't able to be brought up at all. So in court, they just got away with it
That's crazy.
because the content just wasn't there anymore. And Bungie also pulled up the fucking marathon where they just yoinked an entire artist's like portfolio as a whole
That's insane to me.
to make the art style for the game.
It's like, wasn't it insane how Hoi Force like $50 and like and you can't even play it. Like you need all the DLCs.
yeah,
still.
no, I hate the Paradox.
The
Interactive-
Paradox stuff.
That's crazy.
So Paradox Interactive, I know you three don't know about this, but they're the company that makes Hoi 4, City Skylines, Stellaris, a bunch of other really popular strategy games, except Sid Meier's Civilization.
Yeah, I know the business.
So yeah, they have this infamous practice of delivering the game to you bare bones as fuck, right? And
Yeah.
then they'll give you super DLC nearly as expensive as the game itself. They'll slowly give that shit to you
Oh,
and eat like
it
for
just even on a
something.
side piece. Hold on, back up. Like, explain the whole thing with the Kerbal Space Program 2, like how they just completely just demolished the second game for
Oh
no
yeah, so
reason. Like that was crazy to me.
yeah. So KSP was, for those who don't know, is a it's meant to be a realistic rocketry simulator, right? And they wanted to make sequel because money, but they here. I'm gonna pull up the roadmap just to show you all the things they promise. Give me a sec.
No, we don't need all that. Just
No,
like
no.
full.
This is something that hits close to home
No,
to me.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, this hits close to home. So I do want to say it. So the roadmap was early access. You know what first came out. And they list here. I'm picture sending now. Pretty much just showing you the bare bones shit, right? Because that's what early access is meant to be. But and this was at $50. They released early access at $50, right? Pretty fucking insane for a game that's not even close to being finished. They say improved user experience, explore revamped Kerbal system with all new parts. That didn't come. The new Kerbal system did not come. It was the same exact thing as the original game, except with updated graphics and all new tutorials and onboarding. That wasn't even implemented. And the improved user experience is a fucking lie. There were more bugs in it than there were in the original game. Like there's this thing, the bug known as the Kraken, infamous in the game because it would just destroy rockets, right? Because it's built in the Unity engine, and Unity doesn't like realistic physics, so it would just fucking destroy your rockets, and you couldn't really do anything about it. There were many ways of combating it, but it was always present. They made that worse in the sequel. But then they promised science mode, which is a realistic mode where you gather science, and then there's a tech tree. Colonies. I don't need to explain colonies. It's in then interstellar travel, exploration of new star systems, and finally multiplayer. Something that was never in the original game. Every colonies and forward were never in the original game, right? And so what they did a few months after, 3 months I think it was after they released early access, the publishers laid off literally every developer of the company that was making KSP2. Gone in an instant. But wait, there's more. So they could cut their losses. They sold the game to somebody, and I don't think we still don't know who the fuck they sold the game to. So the IP is just owned by some random fucking person in a God knows where.
Some rich guy probably.
So nobody has access to this IP. It just is in somebody's fucking filing cabinet somewhere. So yeah, then a lot of the developers of both and they made it so the KSP2 developers couldn't contact like the person who made KSP1. They couldn't contact him or any other person involved with the original game so for advice, right? To actually help make a new game. Couldn't do that. But anyways, now a lot of the old developers of KSP2 and KSP1 are currently working together, including the original creator of KSP. They're all working together, making this a game. It's just a demo game, like the name I should say. It's called KSA, Kitten Agency. Um, Prototype name, that's the word. And they've completely made a whole new engine for this game, right? Um, Made a whole new engine for this game, and right now it's just uses our real life solar system. That way they can make sure the physics for it are right. Um, and so far, they've pretty much killed the Kraken in this new engine, and they're still working on everything. Um, and they're gonna make a whole new solar system and all that. But and they're gonna make it they're gonna have modding support for this game. So the future is looking bright for KSA. Also I forgot to mention they kind of made KSP2 in the way the publishers wanted to kind of make Kerbals like the new minion on the block too, which only hurt the game itself. Um, But yeah, KSA, I can't really talk much about it because there's really not much to talk about. Because all they've
I
really
just
shown,
wanted you to talk about like how they gave a game out and like they just didn't fucking give you
well,
the game.
they gave you the half of what they promised for early access for $50 and just laid off everybody like 3 months after it came out. I think it was like 3 months.
Yeah, I like you said said that for the first time. I'm like, what do you mean that the sequel to the game is just think about it like this, guys. Like Sebastian and Aaron, imagine Subnautica 2 came out, and then it just like they just sold Subnautica 2 like immediately after,
Yeah, it was an early access version of Subnautica 2.
and then you
Wh-
just couldn't play it.
Yeah, it was an even buggier version of the original game. And they just said, "All right, have good luck, have fun," and deleted the fucking development team and prevented them from working on it anymore.
Like that.
Crash out.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
also crash
yeah.
out. That like
That was the entire fucking Kerbal Space Program community. Everyone fucking crashed. I mean, if you look on the Steam reviews, I think it's mostly negative now, because it's just, what the fuck is this game?
look, as someone who does not really like Kerbal Space Program, I
It's
stand
still
by your
$50.
community. I stand by your community. Like that was fucking crazy, batshit insane for the company to do. To just be like, oh, I made you guys a cake, and then they threw it on the fucking ground in front of them and said, "Fuck you." Like,
What the
like that
fuck?
was like, that's crazy. That's crazy.
And sold the cake anyways.
Yeah, and then they sold, and then they're like, "All right, guys, if you
We
want the
sold it for
cake, it's right there.
$50.
You pick it up. You want to eat it? Right there on the floor, smack face down."
Yeah, they sold it for $50 for a game that the only thing that it has on the original game are purely graphics. It looks pretty. That's it. But they don't even have any of the Easter eggs on the moon. Sorry, Kerbal talks getting back to me. Like they in the original game, they had all these Easter eggs, like the Apollo 11 memorial, right, in the original game. Not even there. Not even in the files. They weren't even thinking about it.
All right, I'm gonna cycle us back on topic, back to hot takes. Does anyone have any other crazy, outlandish hot takes?
I have one more.
Go ahead. Floor is yours.
I feel like it's unnecessary for games nowadays to have inclusivity.
Like
Of what?
crossplay instead, or
No, inclusivity as in like have to include all minorities,
Oh.
thought processes,
Yeah.
shit like that.
I think they overdo
Um,
it. I don't think you need to do everything.
It is completely unnecessary to have
Dude,
inclusivity in a game
I didn't tell you.
as a whole.
One of my friends who's in this it doesn't even matter who they are. One of my friends in college was talking to me about Arknights, Sebastian. I was talking to them about Arknights because I love when someone asked me about Arknights.
Yeah.
And then they were like, they don't show there's only one black guy. And well, there's only like 8, like they only have one skin color. I'm like, bitch, it's a Chinese game, what do you expect? And then like we don't need this in these games.
You don't need inclusivity
No. People hate just
in
to
a game
hate.
of your creation.
Which
It's
I'm
a
all
different
for.
story if a game is directly like promoting hate speech and shit like that.
Yes.
But
But
if they're not, why are you complaining?
They don't-
Like,
there
no,
doesn't
I
need
feel
to
like
be
this is
that.
like one of the scenarios, right? Like you play like an old tribe game, right? Like where like you have to like you're an Indian, you're in the like I don't know what is the line called, the Columbus Walk or something, I don't know, something like that. Like but like you're just playing, I don't know. You're playing a video game where you're just like as a Columbus guy and like you know you're a bunch of Indians in this group because that was accurate to like history and that's what you wanted, and then like there's just some random white guy there for no reason. Like that's crazy. There's no reason for this other guy to be here.
Where the fuck did this Asian guy come from? He's literally not even supposed to be on this continent.
Like, yeah, can you imagine? Like, you walk up, like, you go to like a new fucking island, right? And you see one Asian guy, one white girl, one Asian girl, like, and there's just one of each, and then there's like, and then like, where does that come from? Why is this here? That doesn't make any sense on like reasoning. You don't need all that. Like when I'm playing,
I agree with you.
I think this is a lot of like why like fantasy games are so popular. Like just like non-human based things like Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight is non-human based because Because you don't have to like have inclusiveness there, bro. You're playing a fucking bug. You don't need all this extra shit, bro. I'm just trying to play a platformer and die a billion times. And that's what I'm
And
getting.
It's not even the same thing with just like minorities and races, but like you also don't need that for sexuality either.
This is a hot take, but this is about Apex. I think it was crazy that they just started adding like inclusive characters to Apex for no reason.
Vantage being the most
like especially like
despised one in my opinion.
No, like especially like what the Bloodhound thing out of nowhere. Like they're just like, oh yep, this person is gender fluid, and they just like ripped that on there after like 3 years for no reason. And I was like, why?
And the fact that they made a majority of the characters like homosexual is just
that was also
there wasn't
random. Like
a
I'm just trying to
point.
play a
Like-
shooter game and shoot other
like,
people.
why
I
is
don't care
Bangalore,
about that.
Loba, Valkyrie, Gibraltar, like why are they all gay?
I don't know.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know.
What's the point behind
Look,
that?
I am
Like,
more
I'm
invested.
not
I'm
Out
saying
of
add on
they
to
need to be straight, but
I want to
like,
add on where I say
it's a
like,
little extra
stuff
to
like
make
that's
all
like
of them.
it's like unnecessary. And I
it's
feel like
just
they're doing
fluff.
it for a reason. Like it's a weird reason.
They're doing it to reach like a social thing or something. I don't know.
Because they
It's
don't want
just
to be. They don't
inclusivity.
want to be the front end of these people being like, "Oh my gosh, add more this and that to your game," because they're just a loud group that.
I
nobody
hate
wants
those
to
people
do.
though who like
Which
you
I
need
hate
to
is-
add this
yeah.
and that because I'm like you aren't creating the fucking game. That's not up
And
to
also,
you.
You guys don't know
In
why
games like
they do it.
Apex, it's just like the story. The character stories do not add any value to how their gun shoots.
That's
Just
true.
saying.
That's true.
Like Titanfall was peak.
Titanfall
It had
was
a good
peak.
story, and then making Apex off of that. Why did they make everything have to be inclusive like that?
I don't know.
It's
That was
because
also
it-
really
it
weird. Yeah,
ruined
yeah.
Apex
because of
took
Sweet
everything from
Okay,
me.
okay. Here's my thing.
It was
I,
too
I
extra.
think.
Like out
honestly,
of all the Apex lore, I
core-
like Mirages.
Yeah, Mirages is sick.
Mirages is
I mean,
really well
it's-
done.
It's like really in depth, and I like it.
Yeah.
I think Gibraltar and Bloodhound were fine because in the core cast it was just dumb and everyone else.
Yeah.
But then the whole Loba, Valkyrie, Bangalore stuff came out of left field, and it was super annoying to like.
Especially the
deal
Bangalore
with.
one.
The
Yeah,
Bangalore
Because she
part
was
of it
there
was-
from the start, and then they
She was there
released
from the
Loba
start,
and
and then they
Valkyrie,
just
and we're
ran
like,
away.
yeah, she's gay now.
like on a side note, like I feel like this
Like-
is just kind of like the Black History Month and like the Asian History Month shit all over again. Like this is literally just like random bullshit that we're celebrating these people for like specific. Like what we're limiting them to 1 month. We only talk about it this time, and then like we have this one celebration for them for this entire month. That's so fucking random. People are fucking people. Can't we celebrate people as a whole? Like what?
Mm-hmm.
Like what the fuck?
I mean,
That might
the
be
only
different.
thing is that society, like the only thing is those months are the only months where they're able to be super loud about the things that those cultures did. Asian people, Black people, Hispanic people,
it's
Hispanic
also to
heritage.
commemorate,
That's my problem
civil
against it
rights
though. Why
movements as well.
are
And,
we fighting against
well-
people and their culture? Like that doesn't make any fucking
because
sense.
This is this is like not the reward, but like at the end of the day, Hispanic people, Asian people, and Black people all. I'm not gonna say which one's worse than which one, but they've all in the past, in the 1800s and 1900s, have been oppressed.
Everyone, no,
not- it is-
no, I get it. I get
Every
it.
race has been oppressed at some point in time.
White people, debatably.
Okay, but who has been
Arabian
not,
slave
In
trade.
White people,
America,
debatably.
Okay.
White
It was
people.
really bad
okay.
for those people.
these
All right,
events? No. Let me finish talking before you start throwing stuff out. These special commemorative months are an American thing. They are not a nation thing.
No,
they're
I
not
get
a
it.
worldwide event.
They're not
So-
international.
Yeah, these are things that America chose to add to their calendars, and like
I'm talking
bring
America
notice to.
specific
Okay,
because
I
I
do
know
wanna
that
Yeah.
other
say-
places don't do it.
So
Out of all of
they're
them?
giving those people a chance to maybe have more of a voice. They already might have a good enough voice, but they just get it. They just get it none. They just be like, hey, look at this cool guy who does music. I think that's fine. I think it's fine.
No,
I
I'm
think
not saying
people-
it's inherently wrong. I'm just saying the way that we're
Yeah.
like treating it and the way it has gone is not the best. Like
Now,
they
I don't
their
like-
execution was not good.
I don't like the fact that, and this out, so I'm not yapping too much. I don't want to talk too much. I don't like the fact that the moment this is the same thing with like Pride Month. For
Oh
instance.
yeah, the moment the month ends.
everyone stops. Everyone stops talking about it. I don't like that because it does like all that good that we did for a month.
On a side note,
yeah.
the fact all the fucking big companies doing shit for
Dude,
it,
it's so
and then the next day they're
It's so
they're
funny.
gone. That's
They're all
fucking
gone.
crazy,
They're
dude.
all gone.
That's
the fucking
crazy.
So
Twitter
crazy.
banners are just like the pride flag, and then the next day,
Yeah.
boom, gone.
Yeah, I know, dude. Like the
It's not
fact
even
that
month
they do that
anymore.
is absolutely fucking outlandish.
It's actually just messed
And they
up.
get away with it every year.
They do.
It's
Like
so
that's crazy.
crazy.
Look, I
like-
understand culture, and I understand if somebody's representing your culture, that's great for you, right? Because they're doing it for free. But in what way does it help you when every single fucking year it comes around and then they shut it down the second after they're like you know the fucking meme by that like one white guy? He's like quick, you gotta change it. We were gay for 17 seconds longer than we had to be. Like that meme, dude. Like that is just
That
a
sounds
general.
like something Mal jokes would make.
It would be, but no, it's not him. But like that
was
is the
him.
type of shit that like people do treat it like that. People literally treat it as in like a side piece. Like, oh, okay, gay.
That
You can
literally
only be
was
gay
him,
during
though.
this month, and I think that's crazy.
That was literally him, though. He made that joke.
Anyways, I mean, the issue is saying I just I don't even know why we got onto this, but like back
me
to the
neither.
gaming stuff. It's like there's no big reason, and I think it'd
Yes,
sometimes be fine. I think it'd be fine for them to do it in some scenarios, but they sometimes make a really big deal about it
They
when
do.
it doesn't need to be a big deal. And I don't think I'm not a fan of that.
As
You know,
as
that-
I say, people sometimes take it too far, and by sometimes I mean most of the time, for no reason.
I can tell you why they do it.
I could tell you why they do it too, but there's no
Yes,
reason behind it.
Sweet Baby
Like the
Inc.
true reason is there's no reason, because there's no reason to like treat it like that.
Yeah, so what the real reason is there's a company called Sweet Baby Inc. and they're one of the companies. They're not the company, but they're the company.
We're not
full
going
name.
into this, dude.
Okay, then all right. Then let's
Sweet
not.
Baby Inc. is cringe.
This is way too
Right.
like a specific dialogue, bro. This is
So
not what
they
this is.
do is they pretty much give all these companies. This is every company, not just video games. Like a
Yes, they
score
give
based
them
off
money, and they get extra promotion, and they get extra blah blah blah.
Yeah, and it looks better to them on the stock market.
But let me
That's
ask you
why-
this, okay? Why do they do that as a thing overall?
Money, investors, money.
Yeah, for no reason, because people think they fucking need money and they don't.
Okay, they but
They
want
don't
more
need money.
They want more.
There's
I
like
don't
every single person has like way too much money. Like not every, but like a pretty large, like the majority of people have way too much money, and then they just waste it all because they have it. They're like, well, this is mine. I get to spend it however I want. And that's true. But like technically on like a moral sand line, you are technically wasting it.
Fair enough. That's fair.
Stupid. Overrated.
Yeah.
I mean, is that the last of the topics? Is that everything?
I think that's it.
No more hot takes?
Yeah, that's all from me.
Party bro?
Yeah,
Possession
well,
Yeah,
really
you're gonna
threw
hit
the
on
hottest-
lettuce?
Not the hottest take. He threw the most deep dive argument at the end.
I
He
still
goes
think
from
lettuce is still out.
oh my god no
Lettuce is
no.
ass.
Let's talk about Sebastian real quick. He goes from ASMR is the best thing. Is all ASMR is good.
No,
to-
Sebastian did throw some fucking
don't
bangers in there, dude.
I'm just chilling, dog. What do you mean?
He's
His
sitting
range
in
is
the
crazy.
fucking back row of the auditorium. He's like, ASMR is peak. like out of nowhere, and then the entire crowd turns toward him like, "What the fuck did you just say, bro? Like what?" and like,
chilling, bro. What
and like, at some point of like we move on. We're like, all right, let's get back to the real show. And then
Yeah,
so
I was
at
like,
the
I'm in
end of
the
the
front
show,
row, like,
Sebastian's like,
Sebastian.
games don't need inclusivity, and everyone turns around again like, not this shit again. Are you fucking kidding me?
Like, I'm like, which one? You're like, all of them. All of them are good.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Unfortunate.
No.
I'm just chilling until I'm not.
No, I think that
No, he's chilling until he has something else. Yes.
I think that went well. I think that went well.
I think that went well.
Yeah, I think that went well.
I think that went well.
Peak.
For podcast intro type shit, like that's pretty solid,
Also, one more thing before it's GG's.
bro.
I just want to say, when I tried to go to the publisher's website, private division, it literally said that. I mean, just look at the message I got for it. I sent a picture in the crazy chat a little bit ago.
Oh, this
Yeah.
steal your
Oh,
personal information. Yikes! What the fuck?
Yeah.
is this?
Macaroons.
Oh, well, interesting.
Oh,
All right,
GG, have fun.
all right, bet.
Are you serious right now?
Are you sure he's right now?
That was. Are you serious right now?
Are you serious right now?
This
I'm not
is
doing it.
this is Cthulhu, Party Bro, Aaron,
Yo.
Sebastian, and Evan. There are other people who are involved. There can be more people. There will be less people. There's a line. I don't know who's going to show up to everyone because I'm setting it up in the form of who's ever there is there and available, and then you get to hear whoever's there. So, you
Just
know.
happens.
Yeah, it just happens. I didn't want to do like the typical top podcast thing. I can't speak. The typical podcast thing where like you have to limit it and you guys have to have this schedule and these specific people need to be here because I think that's lame. Because like, come on, it really the podcast is just you listen to people rant about random shit and then you give your own thoughts while you're listening to the podcast.
I gotta try ASMR now.
No.
Bro,
God,
Bro,
God,
You just
please.
made me start
Out.
throwing up.
Get out.
I was not ready for that at all.
Bitch,
I was
you
actually,
ruined my
I
plan.
was
Let's go,
actually not
man.
ready for that.
Let's go.
I was
The
not ready.
Indoctrination is real.
Oh
The
my god!
indoctrination
Oh
is
my
real.
god!
That's how we end the podcast.
That is actually crazy. Nah,
Are
but
you serious right now?
that's what I'm saying, bro. This
Alright.
was. Are you serious right now? No. Peace. Say
Put my
bye.
tags in the chat.
No. Say bye.
Necopara is based.
Wait,
Necropara is-
wait, yo, guys,
ASMR is
I
peak.
have the notes. I have the notes.
What notes?
What note?
As a Toastmasters, as someone on the Toastmasters board at my high school, I'm in college right now, which is
At my
a
high
leadership
school?
group, by the way, in a public speaking group. I have some
Here we
notes.
go.
All right. First off. This is a podcast. You're gonna get interrupted. To everyone. But also, you can't just be the loudest person, if that makes any sense.
No. You have to let people
It's like
speak.
it's a two-sided thing. Both sides need to fix
Look,
it.
everybody wants to
and-
give their
yeah.
opinions, but like to base it that you're going to get your
Yeah.
opinion out and not get cut off, it completely kills the point because we're
also,
having
this is
constructive
very
criticism.
This is very
That makes
hypocritical of me to say. But I'm
I was
gonna go
about to
through all like
say.
No, we all
how
did
is
it. We all
Aaron
did it.
saying
Alright?
this
We
when
all
bro
fucking
was
did.
just
We were all like,
yelling
let
at
me
to shut the
talk.
fuck
Let me
up when I tried to speak
talk.
up.
Okay, I was joking.
Okay, buddy.
You're being
I
mean.
was
You're being
joking.
mean
You
to
say
me
you
now.
actively
joking.
interrupt me. Kill
I was
yourself. You're
joking.
literally just wrong.
This exit, this
And then I let
outro,
you
go
guys
crazy.
talk.
After continuing to just not let
Can
me speak.
Necopara after just
Because
get out now?
because
Why
then
did it
this is
delay?
I,
Well, my
I
point was
told you it was a
relevant at the
double-sided
time.
coin. I told you it was a double-sided coin.
Psycho,
Listen,
can't believe they
listen.
delayed
If I
So
if I'm
sad.
talking,
You didn't.
like,
Well, okay, one, you didn't tell me it
$80.
was a
This is
double-sided coin.
great.
You just told me to shut the fuck up.
I told no.
But
This is
like,
I
great.
said a
okay,
double-sided
buddy.
coin just now.
The
I said
friendship is
double-sided coin just
great.
now.
just now.
Heads or tails,
right.
baby.
Sure.
Are you
All right.
whatever? Not you.
All right. Anyway, final lines.
saying.
Final lines. Don't take what we say as super artificial. We're fucking idiots. We don't know
Yeah.
anything. We're like class level dumbasses because we're just average people. Well, average debatably, but like,
Not on here,
yeah,
though.
yeah. Don't do your own research. Don't take our words for it. We don't know. We don't have facts. We didn't pull out like sheets and shit. That we did estimations and math and baseless accusations that we can't really lock in 100%.
The only thing we could like, it's not even work on. It's just like think about it. It's just like how long we're talking about what we're talking about for. So that's
No, yeah.
boring the conversation.
No. I mean that entire like part where like Evan just went on that line. Like I was
I mean, I
spacing
do
out.
it. I do it too.
I was
Me,
spacing
you
out.
and Evan.
You
Sean,
guys have
we
your
all did
unhinged
it.
rants.
No.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
all three of us
look. The
did it.
real reason I wanted to start this podcast is because we all have different speaking levels, right? But like we
Yeah,
all have
exactly.
things we could learn about. Like,
Man,
like
I was just shouting from the bleachers, dog.
I know. I do that more
Okay, so-
often. It was funny.
I mean, you saw me just like jump immediately from not Like loving mayo to not liking lettuce to like hating fruit salad.
Yeah, I know, dude. I know, dude. Like,
Dude, that fruit
the
salad pissed me
entire
off.
point of this
That
podcast
fruit
is for
salad
me to
pissed
like.
me off.
I want. I want
You
to
don't-
give
you
an
don't-
idea, and I want us to just all fucking like snap into mode where we're just like, boom, this idea, that idea, and we all fight for it. All right.
My headphones are about to die.
I mean, we're ending, so
Thank God.
like, yeah. So no. Peace out. We're stupid.
Anyway.
We're not genius level. None of us are scientists or anything.
Also,
we don't
fuck you,
research
Aaron.
this. That's
Anyways,
crazy.
what?
All right.
For what?
One
For
closing
what?
note.
Yeah, go ahead.
Are you serious
just
right
because.
Wait, are we still recording?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's crazy.
Oh. I'm
Anyway,
sorry.
bye.
Are you serious right now?
I'm not saying it.
What he said.